everybody. This is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free, and we are back with Fast Cars, Clear Gems. Where we last left off, everyone was currently... We were about to do the heist. Everyone was kind of getting into position. So, let's start with kind of a montage scene. Kind of a suit-up scene. We start with... Paula, who is or Pamela, sorry, who's kind of like she's like putting on makeup and then puts on like a black kind of shawl around like a black shirt. She's very dressed like mom going to a funeral almost, but minus the veil. And actually we get a shot of her putting a small handgun into her purse. And then what does it look like when Joker is getting ready for this heist?
Yeah, Joker is probably changing. Probably we see him in a. Well, he's. Actually, he's probably standing at the trunk of his car.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting on. It's opposite to last time. It's he's putting on. Finishing buttoning his black dress shirt over a black tank top. He's putting on a
Okay.
black tie, and over the top of that, he's actually putting a black, once upon a time well tailored, but now
Mm-hmm.
kind of hangs big on him suit, worn with age, and a
Right.
couple of stains. You're not sure if that's grease, oil, blood.
Yeah.
Uh, and then grabs a dark baseball cap, puts that on his head, grabs a mask, and actually this time it's one of those. It's not like a, what do you want to call them? The not a whatever the ski mask is. It's not a ski mask. It's more or less a what I refer to as a COVID mask,
Um.
and
Oh,
pair of
like a medical mask?
yeah, a black one
Okay.
of those, and then a pair of
Okay.
black sunglasses,
Sure.
uh,
Sure.
and grabs his sidearm, puts that, tucks it into his waistband in the back. It's just a standard issue Glock. It looks like it's seen time, and grabs his silver baseball bat and tucks that under his coat,
Yeah.
and yeah, closes the trunk.
Hell yeah. Okay. So next thing's next. Um we get Mikey. What is Mikey doing getting ready for this heist?
Um, for he's just like regular clothes. He's gonna go sit in the cafe, but making sure that everything he needs is in his bag to upload the data and
Well,
monitor.
before you go to the cafe, you gotta steal the key too. So,
Oh, right. So maybe I mean, I got at least gloves on, so maybe all my stuff is black, like black jeans and a black shirt.
Right, right,
Maybe one of those little ski mask things. I don't know,
right.
and some gloves.
Okay.
And then making sure I have everything to break into that girl's house,
Yeah.
not leave any DNA,
Mm-hmm.
get what I need to, and get out. Make going through his bag, be like, all right, there's that, that's there, that's there.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
Okay, hell yeah. What does it look like as Khan is getting ready for this heist?
well, Khan, we see Khan put on his trench coat, and then we see him look at it, look forward, kind of satisfied for a second. Then he realizes, looks down, realizes his shirt is buttoned just like one button wrong, all the way up and down. So he goes and he fixes all of that. Then he pats through his pockets in his trench coat like you do, and
Right, of course.
pulls out like a pack of like spree candy or something that's like half of it's been eaten and the other half is like, you know how you wrap the fucking foil around to keep the shit together and he's like, huh. And he grabs one and he pops it in. grabs one and pops it in his mouth. Fucking what was the truncheon or whatever, the baton or whatever
Yeah,
that they got
you
me?
got a blackjack.
I got a blackjack, right? And it's like make sure like he grabs the blackjack, stuffs it in one of his pockets, and kind of looks around. He's and grabs the gas, walks by the table with the gas masks, and grabs
Mhm.
his gas mask. Looks at everybody and says, and kind of says, two things. Got two things here for everybody. One, why did we all like get undressed just to get dressed back up, all dramatic? Two, don't forget your gas masks. And then goes fucking.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, and then we get a shot of Bickle walking, kind of like walking into like the pre-meeting or whatever, and he's got a like a black turtleneck, and then like black. It looks like he's wearing probably like some kind of black jumpsuit underneath. And he's got his pistol in like an open holster on the side, like his big fuck off revolver in an open holster. Um, he's got his fucking he's got a toque kind of rolled up on his head. He says, "All right, so we have to do this nice. We have to do this clean. But first things first, we need to get pre-setup done. Who all's going to this Lily Baird's place?"
Oh,
Mikey's got to take care of that one.
I thought I was going by myself.
That's what I was thinking too.
Works for me. And he kind of looks at you, and he kind of cocks his head towards the door and says, "Send us a text on the secure line whenever you're in position." Um,
Okay.
yeah. And he kind of opens up the blueprints again. And he's like, "So, let's go over the plan one more time." And
First,
he
yeah,
nods towards you. Yeah.
yeah. Maybe we get like the like the narration over the top of like maybe a stick figure drawings and whatnot of this as he's talking about it, just for the cinematic feel. But
Of course.
he says he says step one, Mikey needs to go to Lily Barrett. Mikey goes to Lily Barrett's house, breaks in, gets the key, leaves no evidence behind, comes back this direction. We wait. And as soon as I said second, myself, Pamela, we take up position in spotter spots. I'll take high ground, and Pamela, you need to probably keep an eye on the lower ground. Step 3, Joker, Bickle, you guys are going to be waiting. Or you guys are going to be waiting down below. One of you is going to need to be driving the truck. Shit, forgot a step. Pamela, we got to go pick up the truck. Actually, do we have the truck still? I can't remember if we already
Pamela's
did
like,
that. Yeah.
"No, yeah, you need to pick it up from the depot because you're scheduled to go.
Yeah.
You're scheduled to go somewhere else with it."
Right. Like, yeah. So it probably is like, scratch that. Step 1, Mikey follows Lily Baird home, steals the key, leaves no trace behind, heads back in this direction. In the meantime, Pamela and I will go pick up the truck, bring it back, park it nice and close, but discreet. Then we take up spotter positions. I'll take the high ground, you take the low. Bickle, Joker, you're going to need to be on point watching the back alley and any side streets that may be for our competition. We ideally don't want to move until they've made their move. And at which point, if all goes well, by this point, Mikey should be back and be able to hack into the security footage, set up the loop. And as soon as our competition breaks in, We shut the doors behind them, lock them in there, pump it full of gas just enough to get them out unconscious. We go in, we get the gems, we get the gems, we take the Adamas Karif, we take the Muska Emeralds, and we take Clayton Terry, if at all possible, bound and gagged, go back to Lily Barrett's house, inject both of them with heroin, plant the Musk Emeralds, some of the other gems there, and we make off with the Adamas Karif. Leave the impression that those were already sold or lost somewhere in the heist. Being that the truck is under Lily Barrett and Clayton Terry's name at this point, and we introduced ourselves as such while we were there, it'll create a great deal of confusion, and it'll lend a lot of credence to the theory that they inside job. Our last bit of business, we let our contact know where those emeralds are so that they can call the police.
What do we do with the truck after it's empty?
After the truck is empty, well, I imagine that the best thing to do is just return it. The fewer loose ends, better.
Who's going to return it?
Oh, probably Pamela and I will return it.
Then how the rest of us are
Since
going to get away from the scene?
don't you have a car?
You really want me to use my own personal vehicle for this?
We have the sedan
I was gonna say that's
and the SUV.
Joker's asking just so we can actually talk
Yeah.
about it, so get it out
Oh,
in
yeah.
the open.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And I think Khan, as soon as Bickle says that, nods and says, "Exactly." It's like we have the we do have the other vehicles at our disposal. Since we were meant to have dropped off the chemicals anyway, we'll probably have to find a place to ditch the actual trailer since it's supposed to have been delivered somewhere.
Yeah, good question. Where are we going to dump big fuck off hazardous waste trailer?
Is there a just for my knowledge? Well, or I guess I'm asking for the group. Is there a what is it called? Not a levee, a drainage ditch like we have here in Wichita.
I'm sure there is. I mean, most towns have them. Most cities have them, rather.
You could stick it in the drainage ditch. Be quite a while before anybody spots it there, especially under a bridge.
True. Not a bad idea.
Or we could, we've got Clayton Terry's phone or Lily's phone, we could text from their phone to the company that somebody stole the trailer. And that way, when we drop it off and dump it somewhere, they have evidence that they have some pretty good circumstantial evidence tying Clayton Terry or Lily Baird to the missing chemical contents, which will lead directly back to the heist. It'll complete a circle. It'll be enough circumstantial evidence and enough questions. Most juries will convict him just on suspicion alone.
Yeah. And Bickle is like, yeah, jury duty usually picks the easiest one. The free sandwiches are the only real benefit.
Is being able to put a trace on their phone for the reporting a truck and a trailer, reporting a trailer and a truck that they supposedly were supposed to be delivering as stolen. We're gonna have to make sure we don't leave any DNA in the truck.
And he's like, all right, easy. Just you know, wear a hairnet and a hazmat suit, and don't cut yourself, or breathe, or talk. Should be fine. And just like kind of looks at you with a smirk.
Yeah.
Glad.
Khan
Glad
just kind of
Go ahead.
Khan just gives you this gives Bickle a deadpan look like really like there it- you're going to draw out the exact point I was making in so many words. You're
Yeah,
going to take the long way to get to what I just said.
yeah. Um,
I guess
Yeah.
we're all friends again. Good.
Bickle says, "I never said any of you were my friends, but that doesn't mean that we can't have a little levity. Anytime you take a job, you're signing yourself up for danger. Danger means death or jail potentially. I prefer to at least go out smiling."
Well, I suppose
Uh,
that's as good an attitude as any.
the sun's come out. Put on that happy face and, well, let's go, I guess.
Um, and
He
kind
pat-
of
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was gonna say
No,
he
go ahead.
pats. He pats the bat under his jacket. That doesn't
Mhm.
it's so big on him
Mhm.
anymore that it looks like it might have fit him once upon a time, but there's so much room in it now you can't really see the bat until he pats it and it prints.
Right.
I'm only going to use this if I have to, and I don't plan on using it on anyone yet. He's talking about the other group. But if
Yeah.
you get in our way, well, let's just say there are worse things than being dead.
Yeah, Joker, that's probably one of the biggest things for you and Bickle. We need that competition, and we need all of that competition. We need them bound and gagged, and we need them transported off the scene to a safe location where we can ask them a few questions after the job's done.
I've got the safe house.
Oh, good. Well, they don't need their kneecaps to do that, do they?
No, makes it easier to stop him from running.
All right.
He's like, yeah,
Pragmatic, I like it.
yeah. He's like, I got a good piece of advice once. If your prisoners keep trying to run, just cut their Achilles. And then he like flicks out his knife for a second, flicks it back in, and puts it in his pocket.
Mention that in front of our competition once we've got them bound and gagged. Once or twice.
Hmm. Hmm.
And Joker probably shows, pulls out the bat for just a second. You can see it's an aluminum bat, but
Right.
it's been shortened. It looks like someone's taken a saw to it and then replugged the top end, and on the top is wired. Looks kind of like rebar around that area for added, fun.
The Mick Foley special. I like it. But yeah. Bickle's like, all right, folks, enough dicking around. Let's get into positions. It's about showtime.
Yeah, I think Colin looks over at Pamela and is like, at this point, I think we take a cab to the job. We don't want to have to come back for a vehicle after we've done the job.
She's like, that's not a bad idea. What if we just used an Uber? And she like starts messing with her phone. She's like, you know what? That's a stupid idea. And then like starts
Like,
calling a cab.
Colin's just like, shit. He just kind of looks around like, it's that moment of let's just get started.
Yeah. And we are going to cut
Hmm.
back over to Mikey. Mikey, you have followed the address that was given to you by Pamela of Lily Baird, because Lily got Pamela's address, right? Um Now, are you going to sit outside of the place till she comes home? Are you gonna pop in when and wait for when she gets home? What's the plan? It doesn't look like anyone is at her apartment right now.
Well, I'm guessing the key is on her key ring, so we kind of have to wait till she gets home
Mm-hmm.
and then figure out how to get that key, just that one key,
Mm,
off, not all of them, and then put it back later.
Didn't we
right.
find out? Didn't we find out that she basically just goes home and drinks wine and passes out?
Uh,
Wasn't
yeah,
that
that's
something like Pamela was talking about?
yeah, that's about what Lily Baird does.
Right. So probably just easiest to follow her home when she gets off work and then fucking wait for her to pass out. But you are much better as a thief than I am, so you
Hmm.
do what you do what you got to do to get in and out.
Yeah, I would just monitor once she gets home, see if she does what the report was, if she actually follows that line, and
Yeah.
then go from there.
Okay. So you kind of stake the place out for a little bit. You're there maybe an hour or two. You're expecting her to be there like 5 hours later, you know. Um, but she comes home after about an hour and a half. Um, and she parks her car, gets out of it, and just casually walks out and goes into her apartment.
Okay. Kind of watch. Is the curtains drawn?
Um, yeah, the curtains are drawn. You can see a little bit of light streaming through it though. About half an hour later, the light turns off, but you can see the glow of TV coming through the curtains, like that bluish kind of light.
Yeah. So it's kind of a wind down.
Mm.
Um, is this a like? You said it was an apartment. Is it like a
Yeah,
first floor apartment or a second floor or what?
she's on the second floor. It's like one of those like two-story apartment buildings that like wraps around like almost like a gated community e thing.
Okay. Does I don't want to go through the front door. I want to go through a window, but I don't know how to get to the window if there aren't
So,
stairs on the side.
right, yeah, there's a balcony, but it doesn't appear that there are any stairs leading up. Like, it has outside stairs going up to the front of the apartment, and there's a big front window and a door the front door right next to the window. And then, it kind of leads apartment to apartment, and then around the back side there's an isolated patio on each floor, for each apartment or balcony rather.
Oh no, are you a second story cat burglar?
You have acrobatics, do you not, Mikey? Or agility, I mean.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to plan to see if I could climb up to the second story balcony and go in that way.
Yes, so that would be agility and thief. Okay. Nice. You even get an opportunity that you get to hold. So, yeah, you walk around the back. It's kind of dark at this point. Um, but not as dark as you'd like. It's only like 8 o'clock, which, you know, the sun is like just gone down. There's still some tiny ambient light um from the sun, but it's over the buildings, so it's very shadowy. Um and You kind of start to climb up. You find a nice you find like AC unit to a pole, climb up the pole onto like the railings for the wooden balcony, and go ahead.
Kind of do that whole pull yourself up over the top quietly type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you get to the back door, you realize the TV is really fucking loud. Like you can hear this shit blaring through the door with some like war movie or something going on. You know?
So making a little bit of noise won't be a problem. But
Right.
the problem that is concerning my brain at this point, these are apartments,
Yeah.
really loud music. People tend to call the cops on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only concern. So I need to do
Right.
this quickly. Um, and it okay. So I guess my next move would try to get into the apartment
Okay.
to be the burglary thing.
So you get to the back door, and you kind of try and slide this glass back door, and it slides open with ease. Um, you see on the inside behind these Venetian blinds. Well, first of all, do you like throw the door open? Do you slowly slide it open? How you do this?
So what he's gonna do is gonna slide it open just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
pop his head in a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and look between. Are they those blinds the way they work? Are
Mm-hmm.
they fully flat against so you can part it a little bit and look through,
Yeah,
or if
you
it's
can.
at an angle or whatnot?
They're your typical floor to ceiling Venetian blinds made out of plastic. So like they kind of wave around a little bit, but they're like closed, so you get kind of slats open, you know?
Yeah, so I should be able to stick my finger through it and then look
Oh, yeah,
through it and
and
be
pull
able
it
to.
aside for sure.
I only want it like maybe one or two fingers apart so that you can't really tell that it's moving, but enough that I could see into it to see if she's sitting on the couch and conscious or not.
Yeah. So you kind of pull open the blinds. You are immediately hit by the smell of cat urea. Um, yeah, and you see a somewhat overflowing litter box. Um, you notice the apartment is fucking filthy, like just really gross. Um, and you also notice that the cat is standing there and kind of looking at you a little bit. You do not see it doesn't seem like uh hostile or anything. It seems kind of curious. Uh, and you also do not see anyone on the couch. And as you've opened the door, by the way, you are blasted with the full front of the sound. Like you're hearing like it must be Saving Private Ryan's beach scene or something like that. There's screaming, there's gunfire, like it's one of those.
Okay, so then open up the slider door just enough for
Hmm.
me to go not straight in, but I'm going to go in at an angle.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't want to open it all the way.
No.
I
Yeah.
just want to slip through enough to
Hmm.
slip in there, get past the blinds, and then slink off to the side and observe the full room.
Yeah. So you slink in, and it looks like this is the kitchen that you kind of half slink into. Um, the sink is full of dishes that you don't know how long they've been there. Um, the fridge is partially hanging open, and it does not look like this is a new thing. Like you see some sort of like reddish brownish liquid kind of like coming down the front of the like shelf where like you normally like the crisper shelf, like something's thawed there. um it looks like the place is just a fucking mess. The kitchen appears to lead into a hallway with a stained carpet. um, and then the other side of the kitchen is kind of like an open floor plan into the living room. So I can kind of draw it a little bit for you. Let me do that real quick. Ba-ba-ba. Okay. Let me kitchen. There's the hallway. Let me drag you over here. So this kind of area right here is the kitchen. And then it leads into leads into the living room over here. And then you also notice geez. Come on now. You also notice, like, back here there's a hallway of some variety.
Can I see the front door from the kitchen?
Yes, the front door is like right there.
Okay, is there like a table or something near the front door, or the key hook, or one
So
of those type options?
you got the TV right here. You got the couch right here. And you do have a table, it looks like, right there. But yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my way to the back of the couch, avoiding all the trash and whatnot, not to make as much noise, because I don't know, that's just the way I roll. And then look over the couch, make sure no one's actually there, and see if I can see a set of keys on the coffee table.
So make me an agility thief roll. Okay, nice. Oh man, let's see. I was gonna GM roll this, but also make me an alertness and whatever career you think would help with that roll.
Wait, what? I got confused.
So make me an alertness roll, and then whatever one of your like rolls you think would go with that, out of like grifter, hacker, mastermind, thief. Yeah, actually make me alertness and thief roll as well. Okay. Yeah. So you sneak in, right? You kind of scooch past the cat who rubs up against you and kind of purrs a little bit. You know, you can feel it vibrating against your leg. Um and you get to the back of the couch, and as you're at the back of the couch, you actually hear something from the other room. Uh over this noise. You hear the door close, and you can't make out the words, but you can hear a woman talking.
Okay. I'm gonna move into this little corner.
The one right here.
Yeah, move over, hide in that corner.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Just because I hear her. If she comes around and goes on the couch, maybe I can hide in that corner and she won't see me.
Yeah. So you you hear this person come into the room. Uh and you basically hear them going "Uh-huh. Yeah. No, no, of course. No. Yeah, everything is ready. You don't have to worry about it." And like they sit down on the couch. They don't seem to notice you.
She's with the opposition.
Yeah. So, can I see the keys?
You do not see you do not see like any keys anywhere.
Okay, my next brain thought is to sneak out of here and head to the bedroom to see maybe if it's on a nightstand or
Okay. Okay.
something.
So make me those stealth rolls again. And remember, you do have that opportunity. So if you botch a roll, you can always cancel it out. But yeah, as you're kind of sneaking, you hear, no, 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 Anderson is in place too. No, it's fine. Yeah, I know that they've got. Listen, Benny and June are going to be there on the spot. They're fine. Nice. And you have another opportunity for this scene. Excellent. So you're kind of sneaking around. Um, and you get to like probably like right here. And you hear, I don't give a flying fuck who's going to be on the job. I don't care if it's Bickle or God himself. You fucking take him out. Um, and yeah, you see in this hallway, let me finish drawing this. This hallway leads to a door that is slightly ajar. And I will just draw the layout because you are basically good at this point. So in this bedroom, very Spartan. You see a bed covered in laundry, dirty or clean, you are not sure. You see an open closet right over here with a safe. Um, and you see a bathroom door that's partially open. Uh, that like you can feel kind of the slight mugginess of like someone just took a shower kind of thing. Um, but yeah, uh, you look around the room and you do in fact see a key ring, um, on the nightstand.
Okay, so out of character, my brain is just thinking of this. Do we have a clue what the key looks like?
Actually,
Um,
actually, we do because Pamela had her showing her shit while she was there. Pamela
Yeah.
would have seen it and been able to describe it.
Yeah, we'll say yeah, sure. That works.
good, because I was about to say, I just walked into where I don't know what the key looks like.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna go up to where those keys are and see if I can see the key of the one that Pamela described.
Um, you look on the key ring. It's a chintzy sort of thing that has one thing on it that makes it very odd. Like it's a very standard key ring. It's got like a bright neon pink, one of those like wristband sort of things where it's like all curled, curled yeah. It's got like a little plastic monkey on it. Um and it's got several keys, like a car key. It's got the house key or the apartment key that you're looking for. Um But one weird thing is it also has this super old looking brass key on it, like for like an old school door.
Trying to debate whether that might be useful. Um,
If it turns up missing and she's not unconscious when that happens, then she's gonna wonder about it because it's gonna be the one that stands out. She'll notice it quickly. However,
yeah.
I just need you to. I just need
It is
you to
tempting.
relay all of that information to us real fast. You can just like
Yeah.
call and tell us that she knows who Bickle is.
Yeah. And kind of
Text would probably be better because it'd be a lot quieter.
yeah, and kind of as you're looking at this key ring and contemplating, you kind of maybe like stretch your neck and think, and as you stretch your neck, you kind of notice the bed, which you didn't give much regard to because it was covered in laundry. From this angle, you can see what is very clearly the pommel of a submachine gun.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Um, I'm just gonna take the key I need then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you take the key off the key ring.
I would have emptied. I would have emptied all the bullets out of the clip and put the clip back in.
um,
That's noisy.
but yeah, right. Um, but yeah, you take the key, and you hear and you're about to what's your next move?
Okay, so I'm gonna turn around and then come out to that corner
Mm-hmm.
and wait for like 30 seconds to make sure she ain't coming back, listening to see if she's still talking from the couch.
You actually
I left the door open. Crap.
you don't hear her talking.
I thought we were gonna hit her with a syringe.
After we're gonna do that when we planted the stuff, when we planted the musk emeralds and shit. Although it's a whole syringe of heroin, it you could probably syringe her now, and she'd probably be good for several hours.
Or OD'd. Who knows? If it's bad shit, who knows?
We don't want her OD'd. We want
I
her.
mean, are you gonna cook it right then and there and then put it in the syringe? Because like you can't just put heroin in a syringe and then just leave it for a couple hours, like it congeals.
Yeah, we have to cook it first.
Good-
She's gonna smell that. First
Good
of all.
point. Good
Yeah.
point.
And if you just stuck it into her wholesale, you're more likely to give her an embolism than anything.
Oh yeah. But yeah. So, Mikey, you don't hear her talking anymore, and you also notice that the back door does have a slight breeze coming through it, where it's just kind of moving the Venetian blinds, and it is more open.
Crap. Let's go see if the front door is locked.
Okay.
Or is it when I get to the front door, I want to look at how it's locked. If it was like my apartment,
Mm-hmm.
you had to lock it from the put the key in to lock it. I had the key though. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to go to the front door and keep, as I'm going along here and back, keeping an eye on that back door because I have a feeling she's out there.
Okay. You keep your eye on the back door and you start to move. Make me an alertness. All right. So you do have two advantages in this scene. But you kind of start backing up and you look forward and maybe you pass like just the right threshold to where the couch is directly to your left and like the front door is like right in front of you, and you hear over the TV, okay, so this wasn't expected. You look behind you and you see Lily Baird with a big fuck off knife in her hand. She goes, you know, Gary Kasparov once said that the best way to play chess is to beat your opponent to the next move. I respect a chess player. And she kind of like, she like, stands between you and the back door. What's your move here?
You know, that's a really funny reference because, in a way, because chess is my deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I see if the front door is unlocked?
Yeah, you make a scramble to the front door, and as you're like turning the front door, she goes, not gonna work. And yes, the door is like locked.
There's a submachine gun. I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh yeah, but he's like right here, and the submachine gun is like boop, 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 boop. There. Sort of thing.
Opportunities. Two of them.
True, you do have
Yeah,
opportunity.
but she's here.
Mm-hmm.
So she's standing there. I'm
Yeah,
standing
she's
there.
right there. You're standing right here. She says, so, and then like with giant air quotes, Mikey, what was your plan here? I see that you have gone through my personal belongings. What did you take? Did you spike my wine? Or did you find that, well, no, the wine wasn't moved off the counter. Unless you're that damn good.
Slight grin.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, you know what? With your dossier, you might be that good. But I don't think it was that one. Hold on. And she like takes a remote, like she's holding a remote in like the left hand, hits it so it like turns the TV off and like tosses it onto the couch and is like, it's getting too noisy in here. She says, let me guess. I read your guys' dossiers and learned about the last one. You probably were going to do something to frame the front girl of the jewelry store. Moi.
Don't want to give away what to do, but I want a smart aleck remark. Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. There's a window somewhere in here too.
Yeah, there's a front window right here, like behind the TV.
What kind of TV is it?
It's a flat screen.
Those things aren't very heavy.
No, they are not.
Crap. I don't know.
She's like, Mikey, trust me. You and your guys are in way over your head. And she like starts approaching you with the knife and she's like, maybe I can just straighten up a few loose ends. You know, I hear knives are great for cutting off frays. And she approaches you with the knife. What's the plan?
I'm half tempted to just shoot her in the head, but that's too loud. And I'm not very skilled at trying to disarm the knife before it stabs me.
Right.
But I could try that and just jump out the back window.
Yeah.
There's a back sliding door.
Right.
Dang, I don't know.
You know what? How about I give you a moment to ponder this? We get a dramatic shot of her kind of approaching you with the knife, and maybe she just starts to lunge.
I have a question here.
Yes.
I have an ability called Master Plan,
Right.
and I'm not entirely certain if I can actually activate it since I'm not in the scene at the moment. But I
You
had an
can.
idea for a fortuitous thing.
You can. What did you do to prepare for this?
What I did to prepare for this
Well, actually,
is
hold on. I need to read the text for it first, just so I make
okay.
sure. Let's see here. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see. Okay. So, okay, yeah. So, what did you do to prepare for this?
So what I did to prepare for this is I
Mhm.
could see that Joker was concerned about like Mikey's being going off and running around and doing this by himself. And I figured that because we can't make a move until Mikey gets back with the key anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I sent Joker to follow Mikey to make sure there were no complications.
Oh, thank God.
Is there? Can I? And that's gonna be. I'm gonna have to roll what mastermind. So that's
Yes, you are
slash
gonna have to roll mastermind.
D10, and then there's something else I could. And I'd also
So
like to
you
roll.
basically you would do is first of all, Mikey. This is
Mhm.
kind of unconventional, but basically you would be using one of Mikey's opportunities. So first of all, Scott, do you want to give him one of your opportunities to do this?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, you use that opportunity as a D6 plus your mastermind.
Okay, and can I use intelligence on this as well?
I will say intelligence is appropriate.
Okay, so we'll roll first D10,
Mm-hmm.
second D10,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's see,
And then the D6.
and then the D6.
Okay. 14. It's pretty good. So
14 plus
Joker.
the 8. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
It's 18.
Joker. Oh, so it's so we take the top two numbers.
Oh, you
The
take the
highest
top
two
two.
numbers.
Okay, that's
Yes,
fine.
yes.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So, yeah, the only further benefit would have been, or the only affecting thing that D6 could have done by the time you rolled it would either give you another opportunity
Right.
or give you a flaw.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah, or a disadvantage rather. So, Joker, you waited until Mikey got in the building,
Mm-hmm.
and you've been kind of watching him from the back. You saw him go into the balcony, and then you say maybe 2 minutes later, you see Lily Baird, who you saw in the jewelry store, walk out smoking a cigarette. Look at the open door that Mikey left, that you noticed too, and you probably had a oh shit kind of moment.
Yeah, that was when the
Look
red
at-
flag started going off. Oh, damn it.
Mhm.
And,
But yeah.
yeah.
Looks at the door, up and down, steps outside, takes one of those like big drags off her cigarette that like does half the cigarette in and of itself, flicks it off of the edge, and then you see her like grab a knife off of the counter from inside because you see her arm kind of move back out and you see this big fuck off knife, and she walks back into the apartment. What's your response here?
Actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
All right. The term fixer. What are they using that as? Is that a class? I forget. Or is that just, or are we all fixers?
Well, so everyone is each of the roles to an extent.
Uh huh.
Oh.
Because it's asking the
fixer is
activation.
me.
What's that?
I am the fixer.
Okay. That makes sense. Perfect. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna sneak my way up there, and
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to try and catch her from surprise by the hind, by surprise from behind with a bat.
Yes. Okay. So make me a agility thief roll.
Let's see here. Okay. It's not great, but I can always steal your. Not steal.
True. You could use his opportunity if he gives it to you.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm actually yep. All right, 2d6. That was 1d6. Oh
Ooh.
wait. Okay.
That is 2d6.
Oh my fucking god! A goddamn complication.
Well, we can roll with this if you'd
Okay.
like. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So
If
it's not a failure to get into the area. You basically like pretty easily climb up but as you're climbing up, you kind of like pull yourself over the edge, and you're expecting, because the TV is on and super loud, you're gonna have a pretty decent chance to land. And a combination of you landing heavier than you expected and the TV already getting turned off, like boom. She starts to lunge towards Mikey, but then flips around and is like, "Oh, great! And we've got another one." And
Surprise, bitch.
she's gonna throw that knife at you.
Okay.
So let's see.
As
She's
she
gonna.
throws that, I turns back around. I go to the
Mhm.
front door, walk out the front door,
It's
unlock
locked.
the door, go out the front door. Yes,
Um,
it's another 3 seconds to unlock it.
Yeah, fair.
All right, I'll just finish
So-
this job by myself. I can do it,
um,
and I'll get
So
myself
let's
a
see.
I'll get myself a shiny new submachine gun out of this.
yeah, right.
Just roll one complication, bitch. Roll a complication.
So go ahead and make your hitter and then strength or vitality or agility, whatever roll you want to do to follow that up as an opposed roll.
Strength.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Wow! Holy shit!
Damn. Would you like to, Mikey? Would you like to give your man's a thing so he doesn't completely get complicated?
Yes.
Okay. So
Wow!
Joker, we will say that you duck out of the way of the knife hitting you in the throat, and in the process, it lodges itself right here in the plate of your shoulder, right between your clavicle and your shoulder bone. Yeah, she takes the knife and she hucks it at you like a skilled assassin, and just boom, right there.
Yeah, there's probably a moment of shock with Joker, and then the bat slides out,
Yeah.
and you just. Oh dear. You should have
Okay.
gone for the head. And what do you need me to roll? To blow her brain, to rock her socks.
Yeah, make me a strength hitter roll.
Because that won't totally.
Yeah, that won't roll 2 1s again. Let's see.
Oh.
While you do that, I'm gonna roll.
Nice!
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 So she's gonna get to a pose real quick, but I doubt she's going to get a 17 with a fucking whatchamacallit. So that's a 1d10 plus we're gonna go, well, no, she's not a hitter, so we're gonna do 1d8 plus 1d, say she had a d4 for her vitality because she thought she'd never get hit.
Oh, and oh well, actually it doesn't
1d,
matter.
1d, hold on.
Oh, okay.
8. There we go. God, hold on.
So the D4 still stands, right?
Yes, the d4 still stands.
Well,
Okay, so that's a 6 versus a 17. She has a disadvantage. Yeah,
you know what's
you've got control of the scene.
so the thing is, I had put that gun away ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, if she had kept that knife and tried to stab me or something, I could have just disarmed her. That would have.
Right. Right.
Oh, well, she doesn't know what fucking hits her. Well, she does.
Oh, yeah.
But just right on the temple, you just hear this ping.
Oh yeah, she goes fucking down. As you're leaving, Mikey, you hear like boom, and just like the sound of a body hitting the ground with force.
Joker, first things first, you keep the knife in because that's keeping the blood in.
Of course.
Second, gonna grab the
Okay.
TV remote and turn the TV remote back on.
And
turn
then
the
Mikey,
volume
you
back
hear
on.
the TV turn back on and up.
Okay, so I look back in there, realize what's going on, and I say to Joker, "Hey, go get them submachine gun on the bed."
The what now? He says, knife still jiggling as in its socket, in its newfound socket.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. And yeah, first things first, he is going to go get the sub. Well, first things first, he's actually going to. He's going to pull out his phone and call. Jester, your character. Keep forgetting his name. Khan. There you go.
Con.
I call
Yes.
Khan.
So, um, did it
So,
get weird?
good news, bad news. Good
It
news
got
is I've
weird,
got a
didn't it?
knife sticking out of my shoulder.
Wait, what? That's the good news?
Bad news is she was in on it, and well, she tried to go at Mikey with a knife. I had to. Well, she's not dead, but things are a little
We
more
need to
complicated.
we need to put her on ice until the job is done. If she's not even at her apartment, she doesn't have an alibi and make it harder for her to prove that it wasn't her.
She's gonna have
And
a nice big shiner when she wakes up, but okay, can do.
yeah, you know what though? We're gonna try to abduct your boy Clayton Terry too. We're gonna set them both up for it. So
Can I at least put the knife back in its holster?
what do you mean back in its holster?
Oh, I'll take care of it. Don't you worry. Click.
Yeah, it's just like Khan just kind of like he looks over at Pamela and shakes his head and goes, "It got
And that's
complicated."
yeah, and that's actually a perfect transition to your guys' scene. So you and Pamela are you're
Yeah, I'm
taking a
wearing like a
taxi.
fucking ball cap at this point too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you guys take the taxi. You get to the distribution center. Um and you get in perfectly fine. I don't even need a grifter roll. You two are both like highest level grifters. So it's like, you two could
Actually,
bullshit whatever. Oh,
I'm D8. She's probably better than me.
she's
I'm
D10, you're
predominantly
D8. But yeah, I mean, still,
yeah.
like you guys between you have a cap of what would that be? Fucking like 18 or 20 plus 18 or some shit like that.
Right,
So yeah, you're fine.
right.
Um,
Okay.
you're not trying to do any hoon shit. So
No. We're trying to get through the checkpoints with with our fake papers,
mhm.
pick up the truck, and we're trying to be as gray as possible, like so that like we can really rightly identify us because we just look average.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you hand your paperwork for the job to the logistician of the place, the manager.
Mhm.
And give me an alertness roll. We'll do alertness plus thief.
Okay, so that's thief, and then oh god damn it! What's with all the ones?
Yeah, right. Um, yeah, looks at your paperwork for a second. And he says, oh, I've heard of you, and kind of like taps his pen on the paper. He's like, Clayton Terry? Shit. You did a convoy for us a while ago. How'd that go?
I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do grifter. I'm gonna have to do grifter and probably I'm gonna use always comes off like he's at least 2 moves ahead
Yeah.
to do that thing where it's like, yeah, it was certainly crazy, man. But hey, look, this thing's on a rush job, kind of one of those deals where it's like, you know how it is, and get him into
Right.
like one of those like like doing that thing where it's like because I'm 2 moves ahead, it's like I'm putting the I am an ambitious individual right now,
Oh,
and I
for
see what
sure.
it's like. I see what you're doing. You're trying to talk me up, and I got shit to do. You
Right,
know?
right. Okay. Go ahead, make me
So
that
that's gonna
roll.
be
Nice.
boom.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh shit, my bad, man, my bad. You know, I get you. This shit is on high priority manifest anyway. You know, if you come back and I'm here, wouldn't mind buying you a beer. I heard that you did great. There was some mooks who tried to rob the shit, and I heard that you put them down without killing any of them. So nice fucking job.
He's just like, um, yeah. It's like I kind of like nod and get on with it.
Yeah.
Like,
He rushes you guys through the rest of your paperwork. Like he's just like fucking whatever. Like these people are career minded right now. Like I get it.
right? Yeah,
Uh,
doing.
yeah, and you know, you guys get in the truck, and you start heading off. Um, and you kind of like let me scooch this back to. Is this the map? That's the map. Um, so yeah, you guys kind of head back. What is this? Oh, this is that. I hate how Roll20 does this thing where if you draw on the map, it doesn't show the drawing on the map, and it'll just show like an empty thing, or worse, it'll just show someone's token. Uh, but anyway, um, you guys get back. Um, where are you dropping the truck off?
All right, so where the roof access is right here,
Mm-hmm.
so we want the truck fairly close.
Okay.
So we probably want the truck maybe in the alley outside of the out back over here, ready to
Okay.
pull in when we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and once that's done, I'm gonna take up point on one of the buildings, like it was Janky's Meats and stuff.
Yonks
Oh,
meets
take
and
up
stuff.
Yonk's Meats and stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
you
try to
guys.
take up a position on top of that building to kind of keep an eye. You know,
You
Pamela's gonna
guys.
be in the truck down here. I actually probably need to be somewhere where I got a different view of it.
Mhm. So so you are yeah, maybe you're kind of considering this. You get out of the truck and kind of look, and you hear a couple people come up behind you. Like you hear some car doors close, and then a couple people come up behind you,
Mhm.
dressed in bright red jumpsuits with fumigator's gas masks on. Um, and they start walking towards you, and one of 'em goes, it's a guy and a girl, and one goes, "Hey, you gonna move the truck closer?"
Huh. Yeah, I think Khan's like, yeah, I was just kind of waiting on you guys. You ready to do this thing?
Yeah, and the woman's like, "Yeah, we're ready. How about you?"
Absolutely. Um, we'll get the truck moved around. You guys go ahead and go ahead and get in there and start getting everything set up. It'll only take a minute.
Um, and Pamela shoots you a look like, "Uh, what's going on?" kind of thing, and the guy's like, "No, no, 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 no. You move the truck forward. I'll keep an eye on you." And looks over and he's like, "Hey, June, why don't you go in the cab and keep him company?"
You know what? I am going to use always comes off like he's at least 2 moves ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to and it's probably going to have to be Grifter as well. And
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be that thing where it's like, no, no, I understand why you're here. There's a bit of a change. Look, we'll explain later, but right now we're all professionals. We're all here to do a job. Just follow my lead. Everything will be fine. Everything will turn out okay. Don't worry about it.
Are you trying to convince these people that you're on their side?
Absolutely, that's
I
what I'm doing.
love that. Please make me this role.
How?
What? Okay. Okay, maybe you haven't fully convinced them, but you've thrown them off their game.
You need to take care of them right now before they get.
Yeah. One of them looks
No,
at the
no.
other.
That's why I'm sending them in first. And you know what? I think I want to use my opportunity here to
Mhm.
ensure that they go in first.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. Um, yeah. June, um, looks at the guy and goes like, yeah, Be- what, Benny, what is, and Benny's like, hold on. And he like walks up to you and he's like, did Anderson fucking change the plan in the last minute?
I'm afraid so. They felt like you needed an extra hand, a couple of extra hands on the job. And what better way to get a couple extra hands than to, well, if you know there's local talent in town, there's always poaching.
He goes, fuck, man, he doesn't tell us shit. And he like kind of, he looks at both of you and he's like, yeah, you make sense. And then like points over at Pamela and is like, Not so much, but I mean, fuck it. I mean, like, I get it. You're getting kind of up there." And Pamela looks at this guy with this look that is between like frustration and like, "Oh, you son of a bitch." You know what I mean? She's like, "You got it, hon." Um, says, "There, I listen." And he like, he kind of like he's got an iPad and he like draws out a little spot and it's basically like, listen, we need you here, and then we're to feed this into this vent here. If you wouldn't mind moving the truck up there, we can start laying down the cover in there.
All right, go ahead and go. Go on in. We'll take care of the truck. It'll be.
Yeah,
I'm glad we could see eye to eye here.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I always like making new connections and such.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, if you, by the way, you know what? It'll be fine. Never mind. It's good. Um, and, um, and while they're going to set up and whatnot, when I get back in the truck with Pamela, I am going to shoot a text to um, Joker and one to Bickle because I figure Joker is with Mikey, so he can pass along that kind of what's going on. Like, yeah, the competition arrived. They're going in first. They have hazmat suits and gas masks on. So we're still pumping the place full of gas, but we're going to have to get creative about taking these guys out.
And maybe this is the point where Mikey and Joker, you guys are kind of in transit to the job location now.
Oh, okay. Can I say what Joker did to put the knife back?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so he's bandaged himself up as best he could with whatever shit she's got in the, medicine cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, did you bring her with? Did
Oh,
you
no.
take Did you take her hostage?
No.
I would have.
Mm.
I should have mentioned that. We probably should
Uh,
have. No, no,
yeah.
because I said no, because I actually said, hey, I do remember
Oh, put
mentioning
her on
because I was
ice.
like, hey, put her on ice for a while so that she, doesn't have an alibi.
I was just going to
just
make sure she stayed in her apartment.
Yeah, but we need you on site, so
Yeah. So
no. What I
actually,
mean,
let's figure this out first.
what I
So-
mean is, he's going to restrain her in a manner that she's not leaving that apartment. Whether she wakes up or not, she's not leaving.
Right.
I understand that. My question is if somebody comes in, like you pointed out earlier, loud TVs and apartments draw a little bit of attention.
Oh, we'll turn it down to a reasonable rate. We're gonna make sure it looks
Mhm.
like nobody's home and nobody's expecting company. The doors will be locked, the shades will be drawn. Um, yeah, but Joker's gonna probably bandage himself up and then probably just talking to himself while he's
Mhm.
restraining her with. I imagine she's got something. This new submachine gun slung over his shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, I always find the most inhospitable people will look you right in the face and smile. And not only that, they'll offer you whatever niceties you want. Contract this, extra time that. As he's dragging her to the kitchen, she's she's kind of hogtied, but she's got one hand free. Now,
Mhm.
that being the case, flops her hand on the counter, takes the knife, shunk, straight into the wooden counter through her hand.
Wow. Mikey, what is your reaction to this?
I'm assuming
Well,
this is a one-sided blade, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so how this is going to go is the sharp edge of the blade is actually pointed towards her wrist, so the dull
Yeah.
edge is facing out, so she can't pull her hand off of the knife if she wanted to.
Yeah. No, I got you. I got you.
Oh, I think I nicked a bone in there. That's gonna hurt when she wakes
Mikey?
up. And she is gagged,
So-
by the way.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
So Mikey is kind of a little on the fence, but kind of okay with it because she said that they're supposed to take out Bickle, and he kind of mentions that to Joker a little bit. That
Mhm.
this is
Yeah.
reasonable. She wants Bickle taken out anyways.
That's not good. That's
Problem-
not good. Go ahead.
the problem with that is she's our patsy, and the more we fuck her up, the more questionable that becomes.
Well, we could always say, look, she was a part of this group. She is guilty. She has ties to these people that are. They're not actually going to steal the shit. We're going to make sure of that. But if we
Yeah,
make them disappear and it looks like they stole it, well, she just was the patsy for that group too. The Fall Girl.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about her telling the police that what happened to her and it being believable because we've got her blood all over the place.
Hey, who knows those people that
It's messy. It's messy. That's the
And
whole
again,
thing.
has anything
concerned
in this
about.
heist gone clean quite yet?
No. This is Joker, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. This is a very Joker movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
but
no.
Is there anything else of value
And
in
I'm
this
not
apartment?
there. I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there anything else of value in this apartment? Besides,
Um,
let's put it this way. Last time we did something like that, tried to make it clean, and we did a pretty good job. It wasn't very convincing. I mean, if the guy running Geekopolis could figure it out, and he sits
Yeah,
behind a
but the guy
desk listening to a police scanner all day.
Yeah, but the guy running Geekopolis seems like he's actually pretty fucking well connected. If
And
he knew shit,
yeah.
so I don't consider him to be. It would make sense for somebody who's super well connected to be like, yeah, that was kind of fishy.
And
Like
after, and
the
after
police
Go ahead.
probably bought it.
Sure. Well, and after Mikey relays the whole thing where not only do they know they've seen, not only do they know Bickle's a part of this, but to take care of Bickle, and that they've read our files too. He's thinking there's a mole somewhere, and he's got the list of moles is exactly 4 people long from
Not
Joker's point of
necessarily.
view.
Not necessarily. Plainview is the one who sent Bickle to find us, and Plainview clearly knew quite a bit about us.
It doesn't make
him
sense
or
for
anyone
Bickle.
associated with him.
Well, and that's why, Bickle's kind of low on that totem pole. But you know who's the newcomer to this group?
Pamela.
Yeah, that's kind of his thinking too. And he's
Hmm.
not very happy about that. So,
No.
yeah.
That's no. I was picking up on she was having some weird reactions to the whole thing that when I was convincing them that we were on the same side
Well, and
and what
she
have you.
and yeah, when the whole dropping the names thing came, she played that very odd. When it was, oh,
Yeah.
so we're using our real names now, huh? She's
Hmm.
giving off this
Yeah.
air of not knowing what she's doing, but knowing what she's doing, and it's just So,
No. The whole like her whole bit has been a front the whole time. She's a
Oh, yeah.
grifter.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely clear.
Yeah.
That's also part of the reason I wanted her close on this job too.
But yeah, that's Joker. That's what Joker's kind of got set up. Is there anything else useful in this apartment?
Useful? Not really. I mean, it's got most of the shit you'd find in a normal, dirty, kind of under put together apartment. There's some, like you said, there's some medical supplies that look like they could staunch some heavy duty bleeding if need be. But like, other than that, like,
Okay.
you know,
So this doesn't look like a
Take the
safe
wine.
house they're planning on retiring to.
no, this
This
does
does
not
look-
scream safe house. It
This-
screams
yeah.
flop house.
Yeah.
Like again, it's filthy. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like Lily
So-
Do you want
Bear.
to take the wine?
Take the what?
Do you want to take the wine?
Probably hand it to you. No. I
Yeah.
think you've earned this.
Yeah, and it's just a
Me,
cheap
I've
fucking-
already had whatever. Did you know she had Valium in there? I didn't even know you could get that over the counter anymore.
Yeah, and you get handed a bottle of fucking like red wine that's like I don't know, like Barefoot or something. Like,
Oh,
it's just
God,
like a
yeah.
shit Merlot. And yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
and
guess
we'll
that
head
is
out.
one- you
Go
do
ahead.
find a veritable cornucopia of prescription drugs. Like you find like Vyvanse, you find like Oxy, you find like all sorts of shit.
And here's the thing. Actually, Joker is going to kind of... Well, alright, so none of that is illegal in and of itself. The cops really aren't going to look too hard at that, are they? Mm.
All of the labels are scraped off.
Oh, okay, well, in that case, yeah, that's, I think... Is that just a misdemeanor?
Well, if she can't provide a valid script, then that's a felony with how much she has.
Okay, yeah, it's all going to...
Put it on the coffee table.
It is going to get put out of reach on the coffee table from her. Yeah.
Yep.
Right in the middle. So, yeah, if something ever happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's going to, yeah, probably... Well, that's that. And, yeah, he is going to take care... Yep. Probably get in the sedan with Mikey and say, well, that was a shit show. Can't say I wasn't expecting it, but yeah, that was a shit show. Good job
Yeah,
not
it was-
getting killed.
Thanks to you.
Hey, what are friends for? I can confidently say you're not a backstabber. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't have gone in there if you were actually working with him. At least not the way you did. She probably wouldn't have threatened to stab you with a knife because she didn't know I was there.
Claire, yeah, pretty much.
So as far as I'm concerned, you're safe in my book. Can't say the same for some of our friends. That being said, I think we're a little late. And yeah, we'll probably get those texts from...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, this is a problem. And he's like, well, nobody around. Let's just get there a little faster.
Yeah. And yeah, you start speeding on towards there. And we'll get back to you guys. So Con,
Yeah,
what are you doing right now?
right now
Mm-hmm.
I am.
And don't
I'm
say
in
eating
a-
a hot dog.
No, I'm not eating a hot dog.
Damn it.
No, I take that half-eaten package of Spree out of my pocket and offer one to Pamela because I'm sitting in the truck with her, and I'm gonna be
Pamela
like,
says, "Oh, I need to watch my sugar, honey."
and he just kind of looks at her and he kind of gives her a side eye and says, "Yeah, pretty interesting them showing up here the way they did. Gonna kind of have to take a little bit of different planning."
You might
And
get
I
a
kind of,
you might get a
yeah,
ding back saying they know all of us, they know all of our names and the names we heard. Just so you're
Um,
on the up and up about.
yeah.
well,
And
like,
Pamela's like, so wait a minute. So you were okay, so you don't know them then.
so I know I'm gonna do that. Use always comes off like he's at least 2 moves ahead, and
Uh-huh.
I'd like to use uh, mastermind here too because I am a mastermind. Um, to prod her on this one and be like, look,
Go ahead
um,
and add alertness to that as well because you're trying to figure out what her angle is.
okay, so there's mastermind. It's slash R1D8. There's that,
Mm-hmm.
and then alertness for me is another D8. So there's that,
Okay. Yeah.
and
So a
basically,
14.
yeah, and I'm basically like looking at her. I'm like, I'm so glad and I'm gonna look at her and be like, I'm so glad we have so much unexpected help for this heist.
And she's
It's
like,
nice to have
"Mm,
it's nice to have a little extra manpower. And I'm doing that thing where I'm like, yeah, I kind of know what you're doing here,
yeah,
but I'm not directly getting at you with this. I actually cuz they came prepared for the gas. You know,
yeah." And
they straight came prepared for the gas. And I was like,
she looks at you and she goes, "Oh, honey, I don't think that they're here to help us."
"Yeah, that's okay. They're going to do it anyway.
She's like, "Well,
We're
if
all
you
just going to
can."
rob this place together, and some of us are going to make off good, and some of us are, well, not so much."
And she's a grifter. She can pick up on the tone of your voice,
Yeah,
right? And
right.
she's like, "Hun, I don't know exactly what you're implying, but I don't know about those two people. And I also don't happen to know about whatever happened when it got weird that you said."
Hmm. It,
She's so gonna get a
we're
bullet
just
to the back of the head.
like, just let's just focus on the job for now. There's
Yeah.
the questions that'll need to be answered will get answered when it all comes out in the wash. I've
So
got this
you,
guy, and like totally doing that thing like where I'm projecting the air that no matter what she's done, I've already outmaneuvered her. I'm setting it up in her head that she's
oh,
already
for sure.
outmaneuvered whether she is or not.
For sure. And as for your reading her, um
Hmm.
you can tell she's very on edge
Hmm.
and she is very confused about the whole situation that's going on. Like everything is throwing her off right now. She's like 200% not on her game.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. I am right in the middle of the thick. I am in the belly of the beast at this point. I have to keep everybody guessing until my backup arrives. So
Where is
Mhm.
Bimble right now?
Yeah, because
Um,
I sent him a text too. Hopefully he's finding an efficient way to set himself up for this whole deal because I'm not as free to throw out instructions as I would otherwise be.
yeah.
Because I would have sent him that text as well that I sent Khan.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
yeah, he probably needs to know.
So you're asking where Bickle is?
So they said they'd take care of Bickle. Yeah, I don't care if
Hmm.
Bickle's on this. You take care of him. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh. Oh.
so you told Bickle that's what they said. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Because I need to figure out how Bickle would react to this. Um, yeah,
Right.
maybe. Are you keeping Bickle apprised of the situation, Con?
I basically sent him a text saying the plan just got the plan just we're gonna have to improvise essentially. That like I sent a something about like the we have additional people like new elements in the
Mm-hmm.
in the plan.
Yeah,
Essentially,
and
we're gonna have to get creative about this.
Bickle actually Bickle just sends you a thumbs up emoji back.
Hmm.
Um and yeah. So you're not exactly sure where he is right now, but you
Hmm.
know he's aware of the situation.
Right.
You know that you told him to be ready to enter with Joker, but then when you sent Joker, he told you he would be around the back of Lazudo's.
Right. So
So he's
yeah.
somewhere in this nebulous area. Um, but yeah, and as you're kind of sitting there, and the tension in the cab is like palpable and able to be sliced with a knife. One of
Hmm.
the two people in clean suits, the woman comes out, June, and also so does Clayton Terry. And Clayton is walking out
And
and
this is
has
why I didn't mention
Mhm.
him earlier.
Yeah, Clayton is walking out, um, and they seem to be talking.
Hmm.
Um, like Clayton seems a little bit annoyed, um, and he's like moving his hands kind of emphatically, and the June kind of looks exasperated,
Hmm.
and then Clayton pulls out a cell phone and dials something and starts talking on the cell phone, while June just looks like
Uh, you know,
sort of thing.
there is one more person in on this whole thing that I forgot about.
Hmm.
The
Yeah. Oh,
history director. The museum lady.
yeah, but I'm having a hard time figuring what her be. If she wants if she's pretty much after everything that she's going after, she's going to get back out of this. Like we were specifically told not to touch certain things, and we were specifically there is just a big question there about with her because her angle on this is really limited because she was a contact through Bickle and Plainview,
Yep. That's why
and that's
she's
and
suspect
that's
to me.
yeah. I don't
Because
know.
hey, I'll give God, Paulina?
Um,
Pamela.
Pamela.
Pamela, thank you. I'll give Pamela credit. She's actually making me second guess myself. But that's what, good ones do. And if no other obvious answers present themselves, yeah, she's going to die whether she's, right or not.
Yeah. There's a bit of there and Clayton Terry breaks out a phone, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He makes a
Well,
phone call, and you notice that he kind of glances towards the truck a couple times. But he seems to be downplaying it.
I look over at Pamela. I'm like, I think it's about time we back the truck up and start
I think
pumping.
that's back the truck up towards the building.
Yeah, we are going to pump gas into it, aren't we?
Hun, I think that is a bad idea, but okay, whatever you say.
Well,
Run him over. Sorry.
at this point, we have to do a little bit of improvisation.
Yeah.
Joker
There's two
votes run him
ways.
over. Sorry.
There's a couple of ways this thing can go down. Either this whole thing blows wide open because somebody's got a cell phone out and outside of the building, or we improvise and maybe we get lucky. Maybe we have more friends than we currently think we do.
And you can tell Pamela, like, she has her hand in her purse, and it's no, like, she's had it in her purse for a while. It's no secret. She's obviously gripping that tiny gun that she put in there. But she's like, okay, whatever you say, sort of thing. Like, she's not trying to hide it from you. And she's, like, not
Yeah.
pointing it at you, you know?
I walk out. I jump out of as she's backing the truck up.
Yeah.
I get out and I walk over to Clayton Terry, and I
Yeah.
walk her and June or whatever. And I'm like, ah, great, gang's all here.
And
They said
go ahead.
her, and I'll look at him and I'll be like, you know what? I've heard an awful lot about you. You come highly recommended. You know,
Mhm.
they say that your last run with one of these
Yeah.
tankers here was a really successful run.
Yeah, hold on
That
one
some-
second. And
Yeah.
he like sets
And
his phone
like,
down and he just cold cocks you. Do you want to make a resistance against this?
yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
What am I rolling here? Oh, he got me.
Yeah, that would probably be a vitality or an agility. Vitality to soak the hit, agility to dodge the hit, and then hitter or thief.
All right. So, either way it goes down, it's all going to be a D8 and a D6. So slash R 1D8 slash R 1D6.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, yeah. Con, you're like in the middle of talking and like doing your like 2 steps ahead thing, and he just like bam, like right in the face. You collapse. The fucking June pulls out a gun and points it at you. And Clayton Terry's like, stupid motherfucker, always monologuing. Everyone.
And I'm
then,
going to kick him in the nuts because
all right.
this is if that's the way this has to go down. That's the way this has to go down.
Please have Joker come in at this point.
All right, make me okay. So that'd be a strength and a hitter roll.
Oh god, I want to run somebody over so fucking bad.
Can I use
boy.
Can I use agility here?
I will allow agility because it'd be kind of a kip up kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Nice. So
Oop.
he's going hold on, 2d10. All right. So that's a 15 versus an 11. Yeah, so he's going to use his advantage to counter your advantage. And like as you kind of kick, he just like kicks you in like the back of the knee. And he's like, if you don't want to get shot, I'd recommend not doing that. And then like he picks up the phone back to his head and he says, June, fucking keep a bead. And says, okay, Anderson. Well, looks like we have at least a patsy. And it's about this time the screeching of tires comes through.
Yep.
And
I had a
Joker
plan the
and
whole
Mikey.
time.
All right. What do you need me?
Checkmate, bitch! Checkmate.
What do you need me to roll to run them over?
Okay, so Con. So Con, if you want to throw your thing down real quick, your token.
I don't know that I have one, but
Let's see. I will. Let's see here. Clayton Terry is going to be a fucking this.
Yeah, I see the sun is out, guns are out. Pedal to the metal.
Yeah. Man, I do not have any fucking hazmat. Hold on. Don't fail me, Roll20, like you have on so many other occasions. Hold on. Mask. Hold on. Civilian. All of the civilian are scantily clad women. That's pretty cool. Hold on.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. When you search, not in my world. No, when you search civilian in Roll20.
I was gonna say she was in a
Wow.
hazmat suit. You could always just pull up hazmat.
I could, but hazmat does not pull up. Like, the only hazmat suits are ones that are premium assets, one of which includes a pony in a hazmat suit, a la My Little Pony. And then a bunch of like hazmat stickers and shit. You know what?
My
Fuck it.
little
I'm just
hazmat.
gonna...
My little hazmat.
Yeah, right. And then why would I think looking up Con would get me anything?
I don't know. Wrath of
Okay.
Khan.
Yeah, right. There we go. Let's see. Maybe investigator. Nope, that just pulls up dinosaurs for some reason. Good
I'm a
lord.
T-Rex, bitch.
Yeah, Con's a T-Rex. Hell yeah. Hold on. The joys of Roll20. Let's see here. Con, you're gonna be a rogue.
Me a rogue? Okay.
Yep.
That's
there
fine.
you go. You're a rogue now. So yeah, this is the kind of situation that you're looking at. And let me see here.
I do have a question for you, Jesta.
Yeah.
How busted is this job? Because yeah.
This job, we could still, if there are civilians, then it's busted wide open. We steal everything and we leave town. But if
it is past the closing point, so the only
Yeah.
civilians would be incidentals.
Excellent. In that case, we can still salvage this. All we got to do is take out the opposition.
The problem
And
is, as soon as
most of them disappear.
Here's the thing, though. As soon as, well, she's got a gun. As soon as Joker's not going to diffuse this situation. One way or the other, it will be escalated. The question is,
Right.
would you rather the car hit these two people and break through the storefront, or would you rather him stop and open fire?
Oh, shit.
So I will tell you, this is a solid stone wall, like a brick wall with a ladder.
It's a sedan.
Yeah, this is the storefront.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
wall here?
That goes into the storefront as well. You'd have to
Okay.
pull a U-turn, but I could see you do it.
Pretty much.
One-
I'm trying not to hit Con, or Con maybe can make a roll to get out of the way.
That is true.
would like
Con could
to.
get out of the way.
I would actually
Watch
like
out
to
for
do
rolling
that.
cars.
I would actually like to do that because all of this, to some extent, is my master plan. because I
Mhm.
knew Mikey was going to need the backup, and I knew delaying Joker getting on scene was going to be useful. If Bickle was close at hand, then he might have been a more immediate go-to. But with
Yeah.
Joker being delayed coming back, they wouldn't even be expecting him to come around the corner. So
Yeah.
I I am probably going to say checkmate and get the fuck out of the way. So
All right. Roll me agility and thief.
so that's 2d8s right there.
Ooh, two
Could I
crush.
actually could I actually could I also put in always comes off like he's at least 2 moves ahead in there?
Yes.
Sweet. Ooh,
I'm so
All right. So
so
that's
fucking
a
excited.
complication, but a 14. A 14's pretty
yeah.
good. So, checkmate, you roll. Joker, you are driving up on this scene. You see this shit happening. How do you deal with this?
Oh, well, all right. One of them's got a gun, and it's pointed at Khan. And
Mhm.
maybe for a briefest of moments, you see Khan and Joker lock eyes, and then you see Khan mouth checkmate.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's going to run. Yeah, he's going to run these two over.
Okay.
Yep.
What do you
Roll
need me to?
me-
Oh, by the, I'm putting the the distinction borderline psycho on this.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would think that works perfectly. Roll me hacker plus alertness.
Ooh, hacker.
I'm
Huh?
holding on tight for the impact.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a D10,
And
one
then
D10,
D6 and then a D8.
right? Oh, God!
Oh shit.
So not only do you roll a 14, but you also roll a 14 with a in-scene benefit. Yeah, okay, so here's how this goes down. Con, you go checkmate, motherfucker. As fucking okay, so Joker, you roll around the corner. Khan sees the front of the car, is about to roll, goes checkmate, motherfucker, right as Joker sees it, sees this shit happening. Joker guns it. Khan, you're over here. Slam! You've just meatballed both of these people.
Oh,
Yeah, the hazmat.
Uh,
June goes down, and you hear boom. As for
Clayton
Mr.
Terry.
Terry, Clayton Terry is trapped between the hood of your car and the ladder. You see that a piece of metal has bent out of place and stabbed through his chest. He is screaming at this point. He's like,
Oh, and
I walk over to him and I look at him. I lean over, I look at him, and I look back at Joker and I go, "Hey, it looks like we got at least one patsy."
yeah, and fucking at this point, Bickle walks around the corner here and is just like, what the fuck is going on?
I just shrug at him. I'm like, "Well, the plan changed."
oh, and yeah, he is going to. Yeah, Joker is going to probably shake, head a little dizzy. Throw open the door, step out, look at Bickle and say, either you're telling them all our shit, or she is, pointing at the truck. I'm gonna give you 15 seconds to decide who's who.
And fucking not even hearing this, Pamela comes down and is like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And like she's got like her gun out and she's like, we gotta hurry at this point. I'm not going back.
She's right. We still have a job to finish here. There's still more of these. Pump the gas. Let's pump the gas, and when we go in there, we're gonna know that we're gonna be finding some resistance.
Yeah,
they're prepped.
At this point, before you can even finish they're prepped. You see another dude in a hazmat, Benny, come out. You're like, what the fuck? Dude! And like, he like pulls out his gun.
Well, okay.
And
While everybody else is pulling out guns, I pulled out my computer and start hacking into the camera.
hell yeah, make an intelligence hacker roll. And add consummate professional onto that.
Oh my god, that's
Intelligence
great.
hacker consummate professional, please. But yeah, he pulls out his gun, notices everyone else has a gun out, drops his gun immediately and raises his hand. He's like, okay, whatever the fuck you guys want.
Oh, has what's his face passed out from the pain yet?
He's like, yeah, he's. I
Okay.
mean, he's going to die here. Like
Okay,
you
that's
were
fine.
looking at this, he's definitely gonna die here.
You know,
Oh,
I
add,
was
add
going-
an extra D8 for consummate professional, Mikey. Sorry, continue.
you know, I was going to kill you, but I think this actually, well, I did kill you. Works for me. So I look back at Bickle and go, well, 5 seconds left.
Bickle has this look in his eyes like, I'm not doing shit. What the fuck? And like,
All right, then it
better-
must be her.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're all gonna go in there. We're gonna take care of the other guy. We're gonna snatch as many of them as we can alive. And I swear, we go back and we jack Lily up on that heroin. I didn't buy it for nothing. Like,
All right.
but we gotta finish
the
this
dude
job
in
and
the
get on
hazmat
with it.
is like, the dude in the hazmat is like, heroin? What the?
Oh,
All right. Yeah.
you know what? Now you have to be permanently disappeared.
And he's like,
Take care of
he's like, no,
this.
no, 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 wait. I can keep quiet. Listen.
I
He's like,
unfortunately,
there's
I
two
don't
of us
believe you.
left. He's like, there's two of us left. Okay. Anderson is, I don't fucking know. I think he's in Yonks or by Yonks and fucking, I don't know. Like, God damn it. He's like, Anderson's like in or by Yonks or some shit. And like Frost, I don't know where she is. She's supposed to be here.
Frost, huh? Mind
Yeah.
describing Frost?
And he's like, yeah, she's like, fuck, like medium height. She's got like black hair. She's really scary. She fucking threatened me with a knife. And like, he like starts
knife,
describing
you
more
say?
features. Yeah,
Ah.
he starts describing more features.
Okay,
And
yeah.
yeah, this is Lily Baird.
All right.
Joker.
I can take
If
care
you
of him for
would.
you, boss. Yeah. Oh yeah. Probably just. Hey.
No.
No.
Bickle.
No. When you say that, just so I know what you're talking about, do you mean render him indisposed or just handcuff him or something?
We probably at this point want no trace of him left. So probably we abduct him and then get rid of him somewhere else.
Oh, okay. Well, the bat comes out as it's on the way. Believe you, it's gonna hurt you a lot more, dink, than it's gonna
Yeah.
hurt me.
Yeah, no,
Let's
he
get
like
this-
tries to run, but like Bickle fucking like grabs him and you just like smack him in like the fucking head and he like boom,
Yeah.
If you who wants to go over to Yonks and pick up the Anderson?
I can be on
Um,
cleanup duty if you need me to. You guys have fun picking up the gems.
Excellent.
Yeah, and Pamela is just like fucking looking around and like slowly puts her gun back in her purse and is like, is that all of them?
You,
I
me,
don't
and
know.
Mikey.
Good.
Well, he said there's only two left. One is tied up in her apartment. One there, Joker's going to go pick up. If he's lying, there might be more of them in here. But put the mask on. We're going to go get some gems. Mikey, you got the key?
Yeah, he throws up his hand.
He pulls it out, shows you the key as he's still typing away.
Yeah,
Like,
and Mikey, you crack this system like it's a fucking college intranet. It's easy. They don't give a shit. You pretty much have this system at your disposal. What's your plan here?
Okay, so I need to modify the footage coming out of this back window, the back area of everything that just got recorded. That needs to be modified because that just recorded our vehicle, us here running over people, and that needs to be modified.
Yeah,
So let's work on that.
Yeah.
a lot of evidence.
Yeah.
Gonna mess with that. Then he goes into the store one and makes a loop thing like before and gets it
Uh-huh.
all set up and pastes it on there where nobody is seen going into the store whatsoever. He takes it all the way back to before the hazmat people even go in there.
Sure, sure.
Like, looked like it was a complete quiet night, 100% all the way through.
Yeah. Okay.
And paste that on there, does the perfect transition from the whole time that they're going to be there, adds another hour on top of it just to be safe on all cameras so that nothing gets picked up that they don't have, and it's just good transition from the actual footage to the makeup footage to back to regular footage.
Yeah. And
Oh God.
yeah, okay. Nice, nice. So you
You
got
have-
that set up.
You have Joker
Oh.
talking to himself as he's shoving people in the trunk. 'Twas the
Yeah.
night before Jobness, and all through the store, no one was stirring, not even this bitch.
Yeah.
Picking up Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you pick up Clayton, something falls out of his incredibly damaged Kevlar vest, like security guard vest. It is a
Ooh.
tape.
Like a cassette tape?
Yes.
Toss it to Mikey. I have a feeling we're gonna want to know what's on there.
Yeah.
Put it in my pocket later.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you guys are doing that. Mikey, you do notice one thing. You notice that as you started doing stuff, you were like watching connections to the extranet. You noticed someone logged out of the extranet maybe about 20 seconds after you started.
Oh, let's go
Doing
grab
stuff.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Anderson needs to be dealt with.
Yep.
Yeah, Joker. Oh, go ahead.
I think Bickle, Pamela, and I can handle getting the Adamus Karif, and we're gonna take those Musk Emeralds too because we are still pinning that shit on fucking Lily Baird. And matter of fact,
And the Congo diamonds.
and the Congo diamonds. Matter
Yeah.
of fact, we're going to be the ones who make the anonymous phone call ourselves.
I
To,
love that.
but
Hey, I
we're
got a
going to
question.
Yo.
we're going to make sure she is jacked up on heroin when they get there, though.
Yeah. So what's your question?
My question is, does the other person that logged out have a specific footprint that I can put onto this work that I do so that if a higher skilled
Like forensic hacker.
if somebody gets in there and goes through it, that my footprint would not be on there at all, but it would be the Anderson person or whoever it is.
Yeah, you looked at you look at his kind of footprint and you notice that he's on a Mac and you're on a Windows computer and you're like, "Oh, yeah, that's easy. I could literally just give this a Mac signature instead of a PC signature."
You know, give me a little bit, and I'll tell you his shoe size for you.
Yeah. And speaking of which, you start heading out and you notice just the most pathetic sight. This dude with a backpack who's kind of heavy set is climbing down the emergency ladder on the side of Yonk's Meats. And then he looks down, sees you, and goes, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!" and like starts climbing back up.
Hey, come down here. If you make me climb up there, it's gonna be a lot worse for you.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! And he's just like, like.
If you come down
Yeah,
here,
this-
I promise not to kill you.
He does not.
All right, have it your way. I'm gonna go up after
So-
him.
you start climbing halfway up, and you hear kazoom, kazoom, whoom, on the
Uh,
other side of the building.
Oh, so he was able to get back up and he jumped.
Well, you can go check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna go down and yeah, check out the sound. At this point, the handgun is no longer in the back holster. It's
Yeah.
probably going to be in a more easily accessible location that's still hidden because
Yeah.
yeah.
You look out the front, and this man, it appears, tried to jump onto an awning, did not realize the cloth would hold his fat ass, and then slammed onto the ground,
Feet
face first into the pavement.
Ugh.
He's leaking bad enough. You're like, well, there's nothing we're gonna be able to do about that.
No, I probably there's nobody around.
I mean, like, you see like a car at like the stoplight down the
Okay.
street. They don't see you, but they might have seen him jump.
Yeah, I would probably pretty quickly yeah, pick pick him up and make it look like I'm helping a drunk friend home.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
gonna- Go ahead.
Make me a grifter plus
Can I
make me a
add
grifter.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. In the spotlight, absolutely, you can add that.
Okay.
Make me a grifter plus, we'll say, intelligence.
Can do. He's actually not that dumb.
Not
8. Well, that's actually going to be 2d8. Actually, it's going to be 3d8. My bad.
3d8.
And I still have that not plot point, but
Yes.
can I cancel out that bad thing with
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So, yeah, a 12 is a totally passable score. You like pick him up and you feel him sticking to the pavement as you like pick him up. You're like, okay, buddy, sort of thing.
You know, I went to a Buffalo football game once. Saw someone
Yeah.
do something like this, except that was a table and it was a car they were jumping off of, not a building.
Yeah. And you have turned his face away from this car because it is a fucking mess. He landed like face first.
Oh God!
Yeah, no, it's hamburger. Like you can barely differentiate the eyeball from the nose, from the teeth, you know.
Does he still have his shit on him? Like he's got his Mac
He's got
somewhere.
his backpack on him, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll probably
On
walk
his
him over,
I want
drag him over the car, take the backpack off his back,
Yeah.
toss it to, and then try and shove his fat ass into the trunk.
Yeah, which you successfully do. And as we kind of get that, and like Mikey, you get a backpack landing on your lap, like we'll cut inside. Pamela, Bickle, and Khan, you guys are inside. And just like fucking this place is already kind of cracked open. The front definitely has a lot of stuff that's bagged up and put in the back. The safes are already open.
Mm-hmm.
And Bickle is just like, this job is tits up. And he's got his gun out at this point. He's like, I don't want to fucking deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Khan's like, well, it seems to me that these people had an awful lot of information about us, considering what Mikey found with our Lily Baird. That means, somebody's been doing research, and the Joker's not wrong. The possibility of a leak does exist. So I
Bickle-
suggest we
oh,
take
go
care
ahead.
of the job as quickly as we can and then deal with a leak issue.
Yeah. He says, long as nobody tries to run off, I'm sure leaks aren't going to be a problem. And
Well, look at it this way. If somebody tries to run off, they become suspect number one.
yeah, if somebody tries to run off, they become the victim of a 44 Magnum. And like as he's like loading up a bag with fucking like gems.
Like, yeah, and we still make sure we like I'm getting all of the stuff that we're like the big stuff, the Adamas Karif, and making sure that it's all packaged up separately, and making sure that we've got the musk emeralds and the Congo diamonds that we're going to plant with Lily Baird.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, you guys get this shit all bagged up and that sort of thing. Um,
We need a
a-
cleaner though to clean the scene maybe.
um, yeah, you
Maybe,
can. Do you? Yeah, do you know a cleaner, or do you ask Bickle if he knows a cleaner,
I mean,
or
well,
do you ask, what's her
let's
face, Pamela?
well, let's table this really quick here. I mean, guys, do we want to clean this up and try to like make it look like it went bad somewhere else, or do we want to try to test our luck and with it staying ugly here?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Well, from the point of view of a cop, if I'm investigating this, alright. So obviously there was a scuffle outside, and
Mhm.
somebody. The blood on the pavement, the building over, probably has something to do with it. But especially since everything's gone, whatever
Right.
happened here obviously didn't deter whoever, stole this shit. And with Lily Baird still being, Patsy, they could have, I would still think, all right, so your buddies, something happened here, job got botched. Whoever was in charge took the money, everybody else disappeared, and they left to Patsy because shit went wrong. That's kind of how I'd look at it, but if we know, if we know a cleaner, we can do it to make it look a little less suspect, a little more professional.
It will take a piece of the cut, just to let you know.
Right.
The car at least needs to be cleaned.
Well, the car.
Well, the sedan is going to disappear. Yeah. No one will
Yeah,
find
the
the sedan.
sedan we're gonna
No
get
one
rid
will find the sedan. Famous last words.
of.
Well, if
Yeah,
someone
we're
does,
we're
yeah.
we gotta dump the truck. We gotta dump the trailer. We gotta deal with the sedan. So those are post heist things that we need to do on the wrap up part of
Mhm.
this. So if they don't know where the car is and they can't find the car, then they can't bring it back to us. It just means we have to make sure that that sedan isn't ever found because that could be tied back to us. Um, the truck, the truck will need to clean. The truck we're going to need to have a cleaner deal with because both Pamela and I sat and rode in the.
Yes.
Okay, then, yeah.
So
Yeah.
would it be a smaller bit just to get the truck cleaned?
We can, yeah, we can say that, like, we can do that in wrap up. You know what I
Right,
mean? Yeah.
right.
So that's fine. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I think the scene here, all that really happened with the scene is, well, we actually probably need to take Clayton Terry and dispose of him somewhere because
So
he punched me, so he's probably got my DNA on his fist somewhere.
My plan is
yeah,
to, yeah, we could deal with, I think we can deal with him and wrap up if that's all right.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
So
fine.
what did you do with Benny? Did you throw him in the trunk with the dead bodies? Because he's not dead.
Yeah, Benny, we need to interrogate because we need to find out, and that's another post scene, post heist thing because we need to find out everything he knows
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He is tied up
before
in the,
we
yeah.
deal with him.
He is tied up and, yes, sitting among dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing
it'll
like
be
a
a
little
great
fear factor.
yeah,
No,
this is
yeah,
a great
yeah.
reminder.
So let's do this for convenience sake, unless anyone else has anything to do at the jewelry store. So basically, they
Yeah,
already bagged up most of your work. The safes were open, but they hadn't touched the
right.
Adamas Karif, which you find the Adamas Karif. They
Mhm.
are in an old lockbox with a brass lock on it.
Okay.
Um, you
Well, I
also,
guess now we know what that old school key is for.
right. You also, find that, like, most of the front unlocked with the key. not smashed and grabbed or anything. Like most of it was unlocked with store keys.
Right. So
Um,
there was a total inside job going on here.
right, right. And yeah, so you guys bag, let's say about 3 duffel bags worth of jewels from the worth of jewelry from the front.
Hmm.
And then you also get the Musk Legacy diamonds. You get the Musk Legacy emeralds, the Congo diamonds, and of course the Adamas Karif in a lockbox. You can tell they are the Adamas Karif because they are marked with a placard as the Adamas Karif.
Right.
But yeah, so you guys,
We'll leave,
how do you
and,
guys? Oh, go
and
ahead.
we'll leave the Adamas Karif box in Lily Baird's apartment. We'll just use the key to get the fucking gems out and leave the, because if her key for that is missing, and
Yeah,
then it's obvious somebody else took it.
right,
If the box is if the box is missing but the key isn't missing, just leaving just the box there makes it look like she got in there, that she opened it and took off with and did
right,
something.
right. Um, okay. So yeah, how do you guys exfil this place? Who's going where and what?
Um, I think that because this is how it's been so far, I'm probably going to take. I'm probably going to keep Pamela with me to go drop off uh, get to put the truck in. Like I'm sure, like we were talking about, like the work drain ditch or whatever, like,
Yeah.
and what have you,
Mhm.
and we'll plant and some of the diamonds there because we're eventually going to plant fucking Benny back there too. Um, and
With the truck?
mhm.
Okay, okay.
Actually, no, you know what? Better if the truck is clean and there's nothing else there. Like, um,
I was gonna
Pamela
say,
actually
go ahead.
pipes up at this moment and goes,
yeah,
"So, I have a thought.
that
Lil
being,
Lily Baird and so we were going to pin this on Lily Baird and on Mr. Clayton Terry here, correct? They're the ones who took out the
yeah,
truck?
yeah,
Okay. Well, we have one Clayton Terry who is currently deceased,
that's
and we have
true.
one Lily Baird who is a little bit not too well for wear. And also, the truck that they took out is full of highly, highly flammable material.
Oh, perfect.
Are y'all thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm on your fucking wavelength because maybe there's a two-car collision.
That's a very, you
Maybe
know
there's a
what,
two-car collision involving a sedan and a truck.
that wraps everything up nice and neat.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
All we have to do is
Except
position
for
him.
one thing.
Go ahead.
Except for one thing. We still need to figure out our leak.
Well, and actually, Joker
But
was going to.
we do have Benny. It would be easy to put him in that wreck as well, but we could always find a different way to deal with him after we're done with him.
Well, he's the one who got away. That's why they didn't find any of the jewels.
Exactly.
I would turn and go, look at Mikey and what do you need to get that thing read? Talking about the cassette.
It's a cassette tape.
Well, but I'm talking about, what, all right, where do I need to go so you can actually listen to the cassette?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bickle actually would look at it and be like, "Hey, wait, where did you find that?"
It was in Dead Man's jacket.
I think I found our leak. And he holds up the tape, and we cut to the rec center.
Oh, yeah.
Puts the tape in the tape player, closes it, hits play. Hello, crew. Today, you are going to be doing a very special job. I've located 10 more of the gems. You've already served me well twice, so of
Hmm.
course I'm going to pull you for a third time. We're going to be having you hit the jewelry store I have a contact for you within a jewelry store that these are going to be held in overnight.
Mm-hmm.
That contact will provide you with jobs. I'm going to need all of you to keep a hold of this information and stay clandestine for the next several weeks as you build rapport and trust with the employees.
Mm.
As soon as you have an opportunity, I trust you to strike, but make sure that it happens when they're in town. Otherwise, pulling these strings to get you these jobs under no questions or correct W-2s will have been of no use to me. More debriefing will happen, or more debriefing will come from your handler. Uh, hold on. More debriefing will come from Dalton. As always, happy heisting. And then the tape ends.
Uh-huh.
And
Was
Bickle
this a
just
test?
looks like
Yeah,
so confused.
I'm watching Bickle and Pamela both.
Yeah.
Pamela Pamela looks a little confused. Bickle looks way confused. Like, you know that look whenever like somebody realizes that they've been played?
Yeah.
Like Bickle has that look on his
She's
face
a
of just
little
like,
confused, huh?
yeah. He just like sits down. He goes, "So you're what? Why would he make I don't You know what I
Joker.
mean? Like he's like basically
Yeah.
speechless and just like stops. He stops mumbling and he just kind of like puts his hand on
Makes
his mouth
perfect.
like,
It makes perfect sense if you think about it. You run multiple crews with the same goal, with the same targets. You have them all bringing them back to you. In the end, most of them will end up killing each other in the pursuit of these gems, and then you only have a few people to deal with, and then you deal with them.
There's one question still remaining.
In the meantime, the police are running around trying to find out who's doing it, and all the while it looks like it's several different crews because it is, in effect, one mastermind behind it, but several crews. It'll throw the cops would never be able to figure out, especially if we've got people operating like we've been operating and they've been operating, setting up patsies to take the fall after they're done. It becomes very untraceable who's behind it all very quickly. Gotta say, kind of an impressive way of going about things.
There's just one problem. Well, two if you look at it that way. How did they get a hold of whatever files and who made those files on us? Second, how have they been following our plan to a T the whole time?
Both of those are excellent questions. The first one's not necessarily particularly much more than moot, considering that's the terms that we accepted the job on. They approached each and every one of Bickle approached each and every one of us and already knew enough about us to know who we were and what we were doing, where we were at, what our skills were. That information came from somewhere. I'm guessing Plainview.
But
And if it
why
came from Plainview, then he's been feeding the same. He'll be able to feed that information to whoever he wants, not just Bickle.
why would he feed that information to the second crew and not us, the other way around? Does that mean he doesn't trust us?
I'd imagine that I'm not worried about whether he trusts us or not, because he doesn't intend for anyone that's chasing these gems. At least if he's smart, he doesn't. Loose ends. It's the way we criminals like to operate when we're successful. That's how we've gotten away with what we've done. We tie up our loose ends, make a package deal. You've got several levels of people doing that. You can play them against each other until you're down to the best of the best, and then when you get down to the best of the best, you probably know enough about them to take them out.
Hmm.
Learn something every time.
Fair
Plainview's
enough.
sitting back there watching us. He won't make his move until it's time, until he's good and ready, and he knows how to take down the last pawns on the board.
Then I guess I have one question for our newest member. Pamela, you don't seem very shocked by this all. Is there a reason why?
She kind of like pauses for a second and she says, I know what you're thinking. I'm not the leak or the mole or whatever you want to say. I've been on a few jobs for Plainview before. How do you think that I got out of jail? And she like she kind of like gives Joker a hard look and is like, I was behind bars since before you were suckling on your mom's teeth. He gave me an option now, and I do what he tells me to do. Now, I might not be operating under the same area that y'all are. I might be getting my own tapes, but none of them said to stab y'all in the back. None of them said for me to go and tell nobody about nothing. I ain't done shit.
This time. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, and she kind of gives you this kind of cold look that like you've not seen from her before. She's very much Candies and Rainbow. Well, like this is like the kind of thing where you're like, oh wow, well, she
Joker's
really.
For Khan's
Go ahead.
yeah,
Mhm.
for Khan's part, he just looks at her like, finally, you finally show some truth. You know, he just does not look surprised at all. Both because of the two moves ahead thing and because he's been picking up on shit to begin with anyway.
Yeah.
So, Joker's got this shit-eating grin on his face because, yeah, this is a game of you flash, you lose, and she flashed.
True. So, Mikey, some relevant information. We're gonna get some flashbacks now from this moment. Mikey, we get a shot of you kind of pulling apart pulling apart like the files on this dude's laptop. And you can find all of these dossiers and your updated plans. And it doesn't look like anyone had been feeding him information other than the main dossiers. He took those dossiers and ran with it. And he was good at surveillance. You've got street cam footage of you guys, like traffic cam footage of you guys.
I'm
It,
sure there's probably a few videos of Billy Dogs.
yeah. Yeah, real shame that the man's face turned into a pancake, or else he could have been a pretty decent ally, but also, you know, like he's the one who threw himself off a building, so.
So, if he dug really, really, really deep, he might find old, grainy, like, UHF tape of actually, Joker. He didn't use his real name on the show either, but yeah,
Right.
Joker running a game show.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that
Oh, I love
same
that.
suit.
Yeah. Mikey, you actually see that, and you're like, what the fuck?
I look over at Joker for a second, look at the monitor, look at him. All right, whatever.
And then we get another. Now we get a moment that's like a little bit forward. We've got Bickle and whoever else traveling in the truck to this area, and who all's traveling with Bickle to stage this incident?
Joker would be in the sedan.
Okay, Joker's in the sedan.
Um, Honestly, I think Khan's got other wrap up work to do.
Okay.
Oh yeah, someone's got to take care of knife lady.
Benny.
If you could
Well,
bring me
yeah, I
that
gotta
knife,
first we gotta deal with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
if you could bring
First
me
of
So
that
all, we
knife.
gotta deal with her.
we've got Joker and Bickle kind of like driving on a service road, you know, and they kind of park and kind of like set some nose to nose, and Bickle goes, "All right, seems like a good enough time." And we cut immediately over to the apartment with Lily Baird.
And I have Pamela with me. I'm
Yeah,
keeping
you've
her
got Pamela.
close. Yeah, I'm keeping her close very specifically. And I'm really not and it's that thing where like I don't even have to say why. It's like Joker and pretty much already gave voice to concern,
Mm-hmm.
and I've already like kind of put her on that edge of I'm watching you. So
Yeah.
she's going to be there. She's going to be there for the ugly shit.
Okay.
She's going to be there. She's going to be there when I inject this girl full of heroin and
Yeah.
plant a bunch of fucking gems on her in her apartment,
Yeah.
and then basically fucking make an anonymous phone call to the police officers um, about her having these emeralds and diamonds, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna watch from across the street when the cops get there to make sure that they pull her heroin fucking in like her heroined up ass out of there.
I'll do you one better. So you have Pamela,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are both in the apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and you like start to kind of like find an injection spot, and
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "Are you trying to kill her or are you trying to thrill her?"
I'm trying to make her incomprehensible to the police so they don't believe a fucking thing she says.
She says, "Okay, give me a second," and she like actually takes the needle if you let her.
Yeah, I
Um,
will. If she knows what
yeah,
she's doing, then I'll let her do it.
yeah, she does the classic like heat the spoon, soak the fucking shit through a cotton ball, uh,
Right.
and like pulls a little bit out, then pushes in. Uh, she says, and nobody uses up their stash and then eats their baggie or whatever. And she takes a slightly bigger baggie with more heroin in it and just kind of like tosses it onto the counter along with a spoon and leaves her like tied off by the front end of it.
Oh,
You
don't
know?
forget
Right.
all the prescription drugs.
Oh, for sure, for sure. No.
Right.
Pamela looks at the room and kind of like does one of these numbers where she like kind of frames it with her fingers and like moves it around, goes, "Well, she keeps a bad house. She's got a cat. Well," and then she like
Con
opens the
chuckles at
door.
this.
Huh?
Con chuckles at this. She's like, she's got a cat. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, she opens the back door with her gloved hand and then like
right.
walks over to the cat and then
Oh
just
yeah.
kind of like ushers the cat out the patio and closes and locks the door. So like either it'll find a better owner or else the cops will find it. Don't even have to shit in the litter box. And she kind of like shoots you a bit of a wry smile. Says, "All right, seems good enough."
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we'll make the call and make sure that like she's framed up for.
Okay, so you got to put the key back, and then that's when you see the brass key.
No, no. Well,
Oh
if you
no.
imagine if you told us about it,
Mhm.
we would have been like, yep, and unlock the Adamus Karif, taken the
Yeah.
gems out, left the box and the key there.
Oh yeah.
Um, fucking,
Mhm.
and obviously we're handling everything with gloves. We don't want to,
Right, right. She even provides you
fucking,
with some nitro gloves if you don't have gloves. She's
right.
like, the latex ones can break and you don't want that. Natural sturdy, you know. Um
Like, yeah,
oh go ahead.
and yeah, basically make this scene look look like it's supposed to look, and then just watch when the police arrive. And I'm actually kind of curious. I actually kind of want to be close at hand when our contact in the museum hears about all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if I can get Mikey to pull up some surveillance so we can catch her reaction. If I can get close enough to like be nearby to see how she reacts to it when it comes on the news or whenever somebody tells her, what have you. Because somebody's
Right.
going to eventually tell her. Because the Musk Emeralds and the Congo diamonds were important that they came
Mm-hmm.
back.
Yeah. Um, maybe
I
you don't
know.
get security footage, but you find in a newspaper a couple days later, she makes like a statement about it of like how sad it is that crime keeps happening and how like the Adamus Karif were like one of the more important parts of the thing, and like she's just happy that these other two sets were like found, that
Right.
sort of thing. Um, but I think we go back to Joker and Bickle. And we see Bickle pouring like a line of gas from the back of the truck. And he's like, yeah, Joker, you remind me of you remind me of me when I was young.
Oh, in what way is that?
He lights up a cigarette, takes a drag, and says, "You're not afraid to do what's gotta be done. You're a little rough around the edges, but you handle yourself."
I've learned in my time that people don't really give a shit about you or anything you stand for. So the sooner you let go of that worry, the better. And just do what you love. And you know what I realized? I love kicking the crap out of people.
That's
Bickle Bickle smiles and goes, "You'd almost think you wrote that monologue," and hands you a cigarette.
Yeah, probably. Probably light it if it's not already lit. Take a
Mm-hmm.
drag. You know, I almost. I figured one day I'd miss, well, you know, stability. But I've learned if you embrace the chaos, sometimes it just hugs back. Life gets easier after that.
Says, "Yeah, people don't like the kind of people who do that. That's why we're in our line of work." And he says, "You ready?"
Oh, I've been ready.
He flicks his cigarette onto the gas. The gas goes up. Huge explosion. Bickle kind of shields his eyes a little bit. Um,
Yeah, Joker's just watching the clouds go up.
yeah. And Bickle like starts walking off. He's like, "Hey, you want me to buy you a beer?"
That sounds great. Tossing the cigarette to the ground and grinding it out under his heel.
Yeah, and as you guys are starting to walk off, he goes, "Oh shit, did we get that guy out of the trunk?" And then that's where we're gonna cut.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Fucking funny.
um,
Um, I
yeah,
actually do. I actually would like for Mikey next session to like look into our museum contact and investigator.
absolutely. We can definitely do that next time.
Yeah. So
Um, but for right now, let's get some sign-offs. Um, let's start with Mikey.
Well, you make a plan, doesn't work exactly perfect, but hey, in the end, we got what we needed. Holy kerfubles. So, I'm Scott, psych, whatever, and I played Mikey, who almost screwed up the whole thing in the beginning because he almost got caught. But hey, it worked out in the end. No job can be completely perfect, so it worked. He's okay with that. Okay, so the long list of different games. Tomorrow night we have Ballad of the Menagerie, where I play Chess, the new captain, and God, you make the name of that company so long. The Paper Leaf Tree Company something.
Paper Leaf Tea Trading Company.
I get a few of the words right. Anyways, we're talking to the people there, and we're doing good. I don't remember. We'll find out tomorrow. That'll be fun. Okay. And then we usually do it every other Saturday, but this Saturday we're doing the Bitter Ends, the Apocalypse World.
Nope. Actually,
No?
not this weekend because my daughter's coming into town on
That's
Sunday,
right.
and I got to clean the house and stuff. So
I forgot about that.
yeah,
So,
we'll get back to it. Just not this Saturday because this Saturday I've got stuff going. So
okay. So when we do the Bitter Ends, I play Castiel, who is now the dad of the group and makes people mad because, like, no, we're not stopping. Or, why'd you get stabbed?
why'd you get stabbed?
And then on Sunday, I'm in Cosmos, where I play Fagara, who has this fun little bear. Got dragged from his dinner, brought into this big portal room thing eventually. He went and got something to eat. Now he's trying to figure out what's next. I don't know. He's confused. And then on Monday, I'm in Firestrike as Xander, who was temporary captain for the day, which is kind of fun, I guess. But we flew to, what, Marixa Republic, I believe?
Yep.
Where we talked to the little thing. I don't know. Somewhere I found out I have a contact at a university that's the dean. I talked to them, and they're like, okay, let's see if we can set up a time for you to get into this lockdown library so you can do your research. That's all he cares about. And then on Tuesday in Ulsterbridge, I play the group party member talkie person, Isabella. Yeah. And we work on a farm that apparently is far from town, and we'll see what happens. And then on Wednesday, I play Knight in Hinch to Minch, where we're on a plane, a shuttle, I don't know. We're going to space, that's all I know. And Knight really doesn't care and pretty much thinks all these people should die and hopefully stop the whole lights turning off thing because he's really tired of that. And then we're back to Thursday. Yay, that's everything.
Hey, nice. All right. Next things next. Let's go to Gunner.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith, and you just caught me playing Joker. I'm actually having a lot more fun with him than I thought I would, because being the wild child at first was really at odds. But now I think we've settled into a little bit of a rhythm. Joker's allowed to do some ridiculous shit to preserve the mission. He's the person that when the chips are down, you can expect him to pull something wild out of his ass and with no fear or hesitation.
In the words of Charlie Day in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Okay.
It seems, and on the surface, it seems like, I mean, literally, talking with Bickle there, it was just like, yeah, I'm just on this earth to fuck shit up. But you can see there's a thought process there. A bit of insanity, too, but there's the thought process. He's not going to intentionally try and completely ruin things. He just has a knack for making everyone else's lives a little more difficult. which I think is the difference between him and an unchecked wildfire. The one difference between him and an unchecked wildfire. So there's that. Oh, he can also sew. So he's going to be fixing his shirt and his suit because he's only got one of those, and it lives in his trunk. So, anyways, you can also find me. Let's see, this Sunday running Tales from the Cosmos, where our band of heroes take out a base, and yeah, now they're going to have to do all of. They're going to have to at least set up. They're going to have to tell people to do the things that come with, a base, like, hey, if we're going to live here, we're going to need, like, food, and then someone to cook the food so it tastes good. And I don't think the lady that's trapped in the silver basin is going to help us much, so we should probably do that. You can also find me, oh gosh, I'm trying to think here. On Monday, where I'm playing Twinkle Bailey, the isekai who wasn't there last time, but I heard we went to a library place, and
Well, you went to the Mercs Republic, and they went to try to talk to the university to get access to a library.
hopefully that went well, and Twinkle didn't need to, grease palms because he would have been horrible at that. Well, I don't know. He can deception and diplomacy. He just don't ask him to intimidate anyone. I'm very small, and so it causes problems. You can also find me on Wednesdays in Hinch to Mensch, where, I agree that most everyone on the station should die, but the lady that can basically Magneto your bones is she's okay in my book. I think we should take her. The guy who can bend everything at 90 degrees though, that's not okay. We should probably leave him.
Where's the power enhancer, dude?
Yeah, we'll probably bring him along. But yeah, everyone else in this station and on this shuttle, more specifically, can go fuck themselves because,
anti-power people.
Yeah, you have powers that I don't. That means you're a freak. And you know what? So what if I abuse my powers sometimes? So what? I've gone on a murderous rampage. That has nothing to do with my powers. Actually,
I'm just a terrible person.
Well, Acer doesn't think she's a terrible person. Actually, no, after last session, she does think she's a terrible person, which is, she was kind of at a crossroads, like, do I lean into that being a terrible person who likes to kill people, or do I shy away from that? And, so far it's looked like the answer is the former. So, that's going to be so much fun. We're supervillains, but I don't know how much longer we can keep that up before Acer suffers a mental breakdown. Who knows? You can also find me on... Well, that brings us back to Thursday, so that's it for me.
Nice. All right. On to Jester.
I am the Jester King Zerat, and you can catch my favorite group of space terrorists, space pirates, and never-do-wells. You can catch me at least for a while anyway, on Tuesday nights for Osel Bridge, where I play Yorick, who is, well, he's shy, and he didn't really have a lot of self-confidence. Exact opposite of me. Although it's strange because when I rolled his height and weight and shit, he's actually physically fairly close to what my size. Like, I think he's an inch or two off on height and maybe a couple of pounds here or there. It's weird. However, his personality stuff is way different. You can necessarily catch me here on Thursday nights for Fast Cars Clear Gyms, where I play Con, and tonight felt like the group was what it has been like supposed to be. There were a lot of really fun moments. The fucking checkmate moment was definitely my favorite because it was like just walk right out. I'm like, first of all, I say, walk out and be like, hey, no, there's been a change of plans. We're all working together now. It's fine. Just that's great.
think
I love.
I think Khan made that go past through sheer force of will. Like I think he just wanted everything to work so hard that it just did.
I was actually expecting you to get shot. I'm raising my hand in
You actually,
affirmation of
I
that.
was pretty. I'm the DM,
I,
and I expected you to get shot.
I kind of expected I was gonna get shot when I kind of expected I was gonna get shot at some point too. I was like, well, I was like, here's the deal. I have allies. They're either gonna make it here in time or they're not. So either I die here or this is really fucking cool. And I get a good moment. Fortunately, it turned out really cool and I got a good moment. It's like, oh, dumb motherfucker, you talk too much. Yeah, that's what I wanted. No, go ahead. So Joker comes around the corner. Yep, checkmate. Done. Plan full fruition.
Did
Oh,
Khan
man.
know that he was going to run them over, or is he just hoping he did something and like, oh, okay, that's the plan?
Khan knew that Joker would do something unleashedly violent and unexpected, and the fact that he was already behind the wheel of a car suggested what he was likely to do.
Does that have to mess?
It would have
Yeah.
went completely different if Mikey was driving.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Khan was completely. That's one of those times where Khan was counting on Joker being a psychotic menace. Like he literally worked that into his plan. He was like, nope. If Bickle gets here first, he has a reputation for extreme violence, so that could be a really good thing. If Joker gets here first, well, that's plan full fruition because he'll just do the most insane violent thing automatically anyway. So, uh, top to bottom, I was like, you know what? Joker being delayed getting back will put this whole thing in motion. It's great. But you can also catch me here on Friday nights for the Ballad of the Menagerie, and we are doing that tomorrow. So we know it's only Saturday that I'm taking off, but the Ballad of the Menagerie, where the crew of the Menagerie, albeit a little, they're not technically shorthanded. It's a smaller group as far as players go, but they're out running around doing all kinds of crazy shit. They have been sent by the crime lord, the Tiefling crime lord Isig, to open negotiations to, form some kind of business arrangement with the Paperleaf Tea Trading Company. What does a criminal mastermind want to do with a with a business association with a tea trading company? Who knows? We may find out soon sooner or later. Quite possibly sooner because tomorrow is ballad. And let's see. And then not this Saturday, but every other Saturday. So the next one will be 2 weeks out, I believe. For the Bitter Ends, our Wave World sessions. Everybody out in the like flooded ass apocalypse, where we have crazy fucking DJs, the last rock apocalypse, and a child who loves to try to battle giant squids and mechanics who pick things up with their toes, and you know people who can heal other people and inadvertently start awkward hugs. you know, it's crazy. It's weird. And you should probably check it out sometime. And I think, other than that, that's about it for me tonight. And we'll kick this to our GM.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win5. Get one free. And today you caught me running Fast Cars Clear Gyms, the game that is about cars that inadvertently become slow because they slammed into a building, and gyms that are actually foggy and not clear. Huh. But we got some really cool shit. And in fact, we have a post-credit scene. So it's at the jewelry store in the morning, right? Um, we get a shot of the Vanham Jewelry Store sign. And we get several police cars are around it, and we've got a one car, black Cadillac, pull up. We only get the rims, and then the door opens, and a couple boots come out, go up to show that the man is wearing a suit along with these boots, has a bolo tie, black sunglasses, thin squared off face, smoking a cigarette because he's got to be cool. We have he starts walking towards the jewelry store, and we get a close over the shoulder follow. Police officer at the front, sir, you need clearance, and he flicks open a thing, his badge, and right away, sir. Walks in, goes up, flicks the cigarette onto the ground, and stomps it out with his foot. Immediately, guy looks at him and goes, Harlan? The fuck are you doing here, Harlan? And don't be contaminating my crime scene. He goes, you know that I'm not going to contaminate your crime scene worse than you already have. He goes, okay, fine, whatever. You stupid smartass. What are you here for? Federal. What does it look like? I'm here for cakes and cookies. He goes, is it federal at this point? Yes, dumbass. They robbed a jewelry store and stole treasures from a museum. You think that this isn't federal at this point? He goes, all right, fine. Quit busting my balls. So, okay. What do you need? Well, need a rundown. What you got about this? He goes, all right. Well, here's one piecing together right now. So, gang of 5, all together, come in, start working this job early. They got fake W-2s, fake W-4s, got fake work papers, everything. I-9s, the whole fucking yard. Right? They're working this whole spot for months. Finally, game day comes along. They're trying to get everything set up. But somebody in the group, in fact, looks like 2 somebodies, decided that they would, turns out that they would play Romeo and Juliet, steal a whole bunch of the gems. Right, continue. So, put it together. These folks, job starts. A couple of these people get murked. One of them gets ran over by a car. They stole a truck full of pesticide to try and knock out anyone in the building. Probably security guard contingents. Weird as shit, though. Weren't no security guard contingents there that night. Must have been a contingent. Right. Go on. So, a couple of them get killed on the spot, drive off, split the rest of the gems. Romeo and Juliet probably deal with one of the other people. But, looks like, Juliet must have done some shit with Romeo. Because, turns out Romeo's gone missing too. In fact, all the gems have. So, either Juliet's hiding these gems or, Romeo's off traipsing somewhere else. You said that there's 5, maybe 6. Right. Now, I have a few questions for you. One, that vehicle explosion that happened down there, that was in the name of, those 2 fake names, right? Yes, sir. And in the trunk, there were how many bodies? There were 4. Right. And then Miss Lily Baird happens to be at her apartment. Yeah. And 2 vehicles end up on a service road, one of them blown up with 4 bodies in the trunk. Like you can see, like he's starting to do the mental math, and he goes, here's how I see it. Remember that truck that got hit from the Waltons a couple months ago? Yeah, big trouble with the Ukrainian mafia. Right. big trouble with the Ukrainian mafia. They were definitely trying to send a message. They left some paper tacked on it written in pen. You'd think they'd bring spray paint or let their work speak for themselves? Well, I mean, maybe. No, not maybe. Is it a coincidence that they happen to be a gem smuggling ring? Uh, maybe. And would it happen to be a coincidence that out of your 5-man team, 4 fuckers were in a trunk and one of them was heroined up in a fucking building miles away? This is fucking amateur hour. You're out of your goddamn depth. Harlan, get the fuck out of here. I'm calling in my boys. If you can't spark 2 fucking brain cells together, then I bet you that you're gonna pale in comparison to my 15 million that are in my normal, functioning Homo sapien brain. The big city Roger, your fucking head, obviously. And he's like, okay, you don't need to be a dick, and you don't need to be fucking incompetent. There's another crew. It's obvious there's another crew. There's something going on. Why the fuck would 2 guys, why the fuck would any of this happen all at once? It is too much coincidence. And coincidences don't fucking happen. I'm gonna see to this myself. And he lights up another cigarette. Okay, so anyway, I already gave you my outro for this game.
Yeah.
Next game that you can catch me various Saturdays, whenever we do it, for the Wave World sessions of Apocalypse World, The Bitter Ends, where I play Greasy, KRUST 6.66, best absolute radio DJ. Remember, KRUST 6.66, the hottest shit that floated to the top of the bathtub. Where he was stabbed and then he went drinking after getting stabbed in the stomach. And, of course, he knows Kung Fu. He will tell you he knows Kung Fu. I promise you. He also will tell you he knows Judo, Krav Maga, and all sorts of other shit. He does. I promise.
He doesn't know any of those things.
You can also catch me on Mondays for Fire Strike, where I'm playing Paralictor or ex-Paralictor Burn Ward, depending on what day you ask him. A big fucker of a man who's got a lot of guns and just got some armor underneath his other armor. Which is pretty sick, because I didn't realize that he could do that, and now he has it, and now he needs to get paid again, because he's pretty broke. But, whatever the case, if you currently are watching on Twitch, thank you. Thank you very much. But you can also be watching on YouTube at youtube.com/Paradise Theater. And if you're currently watching on YouTube, thank you. Thank you very much. But you could also be watching us at Twitch at twitch.tv/Pair__Dice_Theater. And if you are into the hot, fast world of incredibly fascinating scheduling, you know, the kind where we tell you if we're doing that game we're supposed to do tonight or not. I know, thrilling stuff, on the edge of your seat. Or you like community outreach and interaction because, you know, we're people. We like to talk. We like to talk about the games that we play and talk about concepts, high fantasy and superheroes and sci-fi and all that shit. And you also happen to like what means. I don't know what the fuck that was. You can catch us at Pair Theater on Twitter. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free. Check my new single that I released, Sweet Dreams Forever, on my SoundCloud. Just search Michael Burley and you will find me, Burley. And that is it. So from everybody here, let's get a good old-fashioned R.I.P. Terminator and get out of here.
R.I.P. Terminator. Exactly.
Thank you for letting Joker be Joker. I really yes, thank you. I had thought about, saying, well, Joker positioned the bodies, in the car, and maybe all right, Jill, you're going to be making out with Bobby. Yeah, but yep. And but in some ways it fits all of those movies, doesn't it? There's one thing, that adds another card to the house. No, yeah. Did we forget to take? Well, and at the point, so we wanted, Benny information from Benny in the uh, in the scheme of we wanted to know where the information came, but really all of that information we wanted came from Mikey's research, anyways. So really, all of our answers were answered. All of our questions were answered. So. Yep. I'm just gonna put it this way: the more holes you put in Joker, the more laughs you're gonna get. Go ahead.